owner hand behind to buy the property from the man. It don't work like that. You can't take somebody to pay for their own property because they don't want to sell it to you. The person will be willing to sell their property. You take your goods to the market. So they don't force the man to sell. For me personally, I mean, it made no sense that they will go to court because they want for the person to sell his property to them.
Okay. So thank you very much. Let's get you Prentice Duma. Prentice, what you think?
Something is clear at the back.
For me, what the CDC won, and I think the entire institution is a sharp contradiction to what they want, is to go through the legal process. The CDC that we all know and the CDC that has paraded this country is an institution, that has no respect and regard for rule of law. So for 6 years, they were there and they thought to do business with some members of the family that own the property, and they don't have the legal right of that give the particular segment of the family they were doing business with full right over that property. And now I want to believe that while in power, they kept threatening the people. And now that they left power, the people want their property. And CDC wants them to go through the legal means. And whatever way you turn it around, the law is blind. The law doesn't care whether you are a former ruling party, your standard bearer accumulated unexplainable wealth, your former finance minister, yes, you got huge properties around in other countries, including Africa Coast. The law doesn't care. And the law is acting on the right trajectory. Over and over again, the law keeps saying that the CDC is illegally occupying the property and it should be evicted.
Thank you, Prentice.
So
I don't want us to
they
be.
want the law to back them, but the entire institution is a sharp contradiction to the law.
Yeah, Prentice, I don't want us to be, like maybe throwing the kind of, gossip in the media. Somebody acquire wealth with some in Africa or this and that. We've been saying anything since the election, and nobody are prosecuted those guys for those wealth. The wealth we say these are all gossip. There is no record on it. So I don't want to be saying it until the government can come prosecuting people for that. But anyway, thank you for your view. See how it is.
Okay, I respect
I don't want it to be a dollar. I'm just saying something though. I respect your view. So see how it is. Have your 1 minute 30 seconds on this. What you think CDC is up to? Why you think they don't want to leave that place? What really in that place?
Well, John, Alfonso, thank you. For me, I don't see anything more of. I just see that it could happen to anyone. We live by the rule of law. That's why I have to say. Few years back, we witnessed the invasion of the United Party from the headquarters in Congo Town, and you also saw similar thing happen to the Liberty Party too, and around the old building, around Catholic Junction. And every political party will need a kind of space to showcase the popularity, to show, like the previous speaker said, the place is very ardue, and they are being on this thing is a legal battle. So we look up to the judiciary because no one is above the law anyway. Because people will want to term it as being because it happened to other political party. We have followed the debate, and I don't think that's a debate. You have your property, you decide who to be occupant. You are a tenant, for example. If your lease is expired or if the person don't feel comfortable doing business with you, to me, I don't think it should be an issue. And before I conclude, the guy is is bargaining for 4 million for that place. And man, you should know that once that place, the location is wholly a deal, and besides the location of that place, if you appraise the property, the land value, and all of that, you will see that the money will skyrocket. So for me, I just see that it's a legal battle, or is a legal issue. And for me,
Yes,
the
yes.
person who got the property got exclusive right to make decision as to who you want to, rent a property or lease a property to. So I don't see anything big. It's just about the owner and settling down with the owner. That's what I see.
Thank you. Settling down with the owner will be maybe the amicable solution to this, but the federal is requesting for over maybe 4 million United States dollars.
Yeah, 4.5 million.
Yeah, 4.5 million, and the CDC are saying, I mean, I'm seeing them not to pay short of money. I think they are thinking
How sure are you?
money is huge. The money is huge. Maybe they want to get the man something like
CDC probably
300,000.
not money.
Okay, so again, let's get to you. Who's going to
you.
pay? How much in your account? Who's going to pay that? So let's get to you. Ato Obe, welcome to the show. These are some of the developing issues in the country, but we're discussing this step by step. Let's see. I hear from you about the issue about CDC. I know you've been hearing
it. The first thing is I think you thought to respond to Printer's comment, and then in your response you provide an inaccurate information that Printer should not mention corrupt government official because the current government is not prosecuting them. It's not true. The allegation made by Printers as to somebody building property in Africa.
We have to reduce the United Party men on the show. They're getting plenty now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's something we need to study carefully.
No problem.
Then but most citizens too keen, huh? That citizen come on the show. No. Cedric is a neutral man. He has no obligation.
It look like a topic. Your topic play both league. So my need that you are discussing CDC.
I'm a free position.
Now I'm not left behind.
Yeah. So basically, we are prosecuting the guys. There are a lot of corruption cases in court, current and past government officials. So information, we are prosecuting them.
I thought before you debunk somebody's statement, I think you had to listen to it, because somebody said, yeah, the person earned, unwanted wealth. I mean, wealth is suspicious. He got some places in Abidjan, I mean, Ivory Coast and all that stuff. And the government are not prosecuted anyone accusing them of having wealth in Africa or out of the country. There have been no other, evidence suggesting that somebody have wealth in government that will have wealth out of the country. Only people who mismanage funding in Liberia are people government is after, but not out of the country. That's what I was saying. So we can continue saying this man get money in this country, in carry property in this country, in got that. I say we shouldn't say it until the government can come up with that. So my statement was not inaccurate or accurate.
Okay, no. And the response to that is that the guys are accused of stealing money from Liberia. It don't have to be specific as to them using it in Africa. But one matter that they stole money from Liberia. Wheresoever they use the money here, that's the reason who prosecuted them. But that is the issue. That
back to CDC party.
Yeah, that go to the issue. CDC got no case here. The issues are clear. What is happening to CDC, like Bobby Reddy said, CDC is going through what we call shame. And there's a saying that says that small shame is bigger than big shame. I mean, better than big shame. It better CDC accept the small shame now and pack of things and leave the guy property. This case, CDC decided for the past 6 years they were making business with illegal person who claimed that the property was his. The Achibo administrator, Achibo Bona, who was the legal advisor in former President Weah's office. CDC know the real owner of the property because they were in power. And this man was patient. He pursued the case to court until he won 2018. the Supreme Court ruled that he's the legitimate owner of the property. It's not a chief of Bona, who was the chief of it, who was the legal advisor to President Weah. So the guy won a case. Now, CDC tried to file a motion they filed a motion to rebuy the property. The court ruled, again, the lower court ruled that you cannot be occupying the property and you apply for rebuying. To rebuy the property, you must leave the premises first. Because you are not the only person who got interest in buying the property. There's a church that got interest in also buying the property. Allow those who all got interest in the property to go and access the property and have access to walking around the property and see it. But you can't be occupying the property when the owner is saying that you are not the only buyer.
Thank you.
So the best thing citizens can do now is to pack a thing on there and leave. The law is the law.
Thank you.
Like
Thank you very much because of time. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
The
you
law is
because
the
of
law.
time.
Yeah.
Thank
That
you
is
because of
what
time.
easy to go until tomorrow morning.
John, please have your 1 minute on this. What do you make of that?
Thank you. And Doma, please check your phone. I'm sending you a message, please. We are not getting Clinton.
Thank you, Afanso. You see, I followed this case for a couple of times now, and I consider it to be one of the cases that I find interest in. Before I go to this thing, let me just rebut some of the things that Arthur Wogbe said. I'm not a sedition, by the way. Whenever a case is tried before the Supreme Court, that case can never be tried in any other court again in the Republic. The Supreme Court is the final arbitrator of the law. So in 2018, the case was not tried in the Supreme Court as CDC laws. No. This is the first time that a party is taking the case to court and they follow it to the process. Probably they took the case to court, but 2018, the case was not tried. Now, when they carry this case to court, the lower court ruled in their favor. They came up with a decision that they want to sell the property for $4.something million. So today now CDC is going back to court and telling the court that yes, we have a document that these people said they will sell the property to us. And this document was signed between 2018 and 2023. So let's look at the other aspect of it. Let's leave politics. What is holding the owners of the property from selling the property now? CDC is in court. CDC said we want to buy the property. So why you don't want to sell the property to CDC anymore? When you came up with a press statement earlier and said you will sell the property to CDC for $4.something million. At this point now, it is at the stage of bargaining. So why are they letting CDC to go to court to provide a legal document that they told CDC they will sell the property in 2018? So this is getting complicated.
John, will you force me to sell my property to you? Or will you force me to sell my property to you, or I got try to sell it to anybody?
Okay. For me now, I'm speaking from the legal side, right? At first, they had the right to say you can leave the property. But when you go on to say you're giving somebody a legal document, legal agreement that you will sell the property to them, I don't know whether CDC has the legal papers and they were going to buy the property from this.
These are questions you're supposed to be asking before you come here. Because they don't have the court said they don't have any legal document that bound that man to sell the property to them. That's why the court is not agreeing to it. So in the court report, that's why the court said. So you got to get all of the facts before you come. Man, you lawyer, man. I mean, you want to be a lawyer.
But what is Gio saying? What is Gio saying? We compare somebody to sell a product.
Yeah, let me please wait. Let
what Joe be carrying argument?
Yeah.
No, let me lay my premise. I beg you. That must say when you made a decision that you would do something, it is only right that you go by that decision. So we're looking at the other aspect that CDC said they got legal paper to buy the place. It is left with CDC to provide those legal papers. Now, with the owners of the property, they are saying at first they said that CDC buy the place. So why now CDC saying I'm buying it, you say no? So there is a high level of politics play behind the scene. We shouldn't have looked at the aspect of CDC political party.
John, thank you very much. Thank you for your point. Is well taken. You know, everybody got their own view. The only good thing is no one can force another person to sell their property, and then you're willing to sell it. You can sell to whosoever you want to sell to. So as long as it's not bounding on you to sell to an individual, you don't do that. Anyway, welcome to the show, Honorable Jesse K. Merriman. Welcome to the show, Elder Ellis Dennis Law. Law, we're not going to ask you about CDC issue here. Honorable Jesse Merriman, welcome. Jesse?
Did you say you're not asked Honorable Law?
I know we're talking. Yeah, you're let to ask question. I thought you think the woman they still want
to be asked.
I know. The second issues what we got to go through here is the DK, you want to say something?
So before Alfonso, I'm about to leave. 1 second before I leave, I'll be at the back. Watch out, you and Jill need to watch out. Our guests will be coming. Continue to miss one space for Armstrong that will be joining us shortly. I think Doma is calling the guy, the Rubber Association guy, to come. So I want to make way so that all our people can come in. I will be at the back listening. But before I leave, all of us on this show, how many of us have shared the show? How many of us have shared the show? Yesterday, I showed you guys to go on Big Get. This is marketing now. They want we're doing it for our marketing. So when you go on Big Get, what you did was you only share the show. But when you go on Big Get,
invited a lot of people.
Okay, when you go on Big, I thought we'll buy. You can just come with your Union Party argument. How many persons are you invited? Because
Let
me show you who. Let me show you people are invited.
Yeah, when you go on our page, I thought you can send 1,000 requests.
Even to all
to people on your page. Yeah, see everything can show it to you. See everything, how you did it.
Yeah, so you go to the page. I'm trying to go to my phone.
You see that? I was showing it to you. You go there, you will see. I thought you the one who's talking to. Ellis, you've been on the show for long. You are not invited nobody.
Yeah, wait, let's everything show the thing. Let's jump with the CDC fund down, man.
I know.
What?
So yeah, why you going on doing your sharing? Thank you, DK. Thank you very much for your role play here.
Last day,
so you see here,
I'm leaving.
I just wanted to show. Yeah, I liked.
Okay, see everything. 1 second. So tomorrow the show will be hosting Councillor Tiawon Gonglo. Councillor Gonglo will be speaking to us about the by-elections in Nima. Councillor Gonglo will be talking to us about the executive order. So when you are here tomorrow and the host is keeping you in the back for some time, they will bring you for post-analysis. On Sunday, we'll be hosting Prince B. Moluba. Prince Moluba is former Deputy Police Director for Operation and former CRD boss. Prince is a son of Booyah. Prince will be joining us. On Monday, see the guy that's coming to school.
We will be hosting Mr. John Alexander Young.
Okay, so John Alexander Young will be coming.
Civil Society of Liberia. You'll be giving your thoughts on the amendment of the Local Government Act and other issues relating to the county as well. Local and national issue regarding.
Thank you. So then on Tuesday, we will find a guest on Tuesday. Wednesday of next week, we will be playing host to Madam Ide Gonglo Wei. Ide Gonglo Wei has also endorsed the female candidate, the lone female candidate in the Booyah elections. Madam Wei will be speaking to us. Having said that, gentlemen, thank you. Look out there for our guest, Armstrong Obaseko. Prince, Mr. Doma, you are getting to that guy. We all are good. I see you guys. I'm in the back watching. Mute the CDC people, mute the United Party people, mute anybody that's supporting Kun with everything, mute anybody that's supporting Koga. They are causing problem for us. Kun and Koga are our problem in Nima currently and in the by-election in Booyah. So we have to focus on them before the show ends. Thank you. I see you guys.
Thank you very much.
People are go away.
In the room, man. The man is taking care of our room. Anyway, thank you. The second issue we're going to on the national level before we can get back to our county was the executive order by the president, the executive order 151, prohibiting the exportation of raw material, meaning rubber, out of Liberia. I'm thinking if the executive order will actually be a bad buy when it comes to, exporting rubber, meaning Firestone, whether they're going to abide that. Because the first time President Weah did that, they were still exporting rubber. And this one, whether Firestone, Liberia, going to stop. What you got to say about this? Let's take you, Prentice Doma.
Yes. So, Alfonso, I think there are records, recent record to show that that particular topic specifically having an executive order that prohibits unprocessed rubber, exportation of unprocessed rubber. There were, very huge adherence to that. Just before President Weah could leave office, he instituted similar measures, but I think the trickle-down effect on local.
Okay, Prentice Doma just went off. Let somebody try calling, or maybe in their way. Let's hear from you, Bobby Wanty. This is Liberia. I know you in high gear of accepting this prohibition. What do you think going to happen if this, if this take full swing? What do you think going to happen to Liberia rubber farmer and other people? What do you think going to happen? What do you think is the importance of having the kind of executive order?
Well, I believe government is an institution. They take a decision, they analyze, they look around, they see things, and they look at the benefit of the country and what going to help and what going to harm before they take decision. At some point, they take a wrong decision. But with this one, for me, I hope and I pray that they should do a due diligence for our local farmer as well, so they can benefit. If this will benefit our local farmer and the citizen of the country, then I'm in full swing of it. But as far as the government sit down and decide, and they believe it will be something that will be helpful to the country, if it will bring, more employment, it will bring more money to our country, it will bring more development, I'm in support of it.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Siawete, you from the economic background, you did financing, you know about all of these things when it comes to business. The government as an institution, as Bobby said, is stopping the exportation of raw material like rubber. What do you think is the economic benefit to the country? What do you think that's going to do to the country? Even though there are some other brokers that will be complaining, even when George Weah did that, the broker was still complaining, telling the government to take that thing off because they wanted their rubber to go and they don't want for that rubber to live with them. And the government come again to say no, we will still we still have the executive order. What do you think going to happen?
Thank you, Alfonso. Like from an intro today, there have been series of executive order with the issue of this rubber sector. And I think in my mind, the president and the government is determined. They are not just, giving this executive order because they want to pass or they have the authority to do that. I want to draw the team to a little, a practical example of what been happening to our people before we bring in the economic side. Few years back, I had my uncle who do a rubber business, and I had one of my uncle who also worked for one of those rubber company. You will see that those people will carry the rubber to Firestone. They will be there for up to a week before even getting the money. The reason is there's no competition in the market. And there are companies that are being in Liberia. They only get the latest of the rubber, transport it out. Similarly, like the iron ore there in Nimba. So it have been a whole haul and pull back and forth with the farmer, the brokers, and all of that. And if you see the way our people struggle to even sell their own rubber, the reason is they present or project the rubber commodity as if there's no value, and that's not true. So if you have a company that is in a country producing rubber materials in the country, products, you will get a value of addition. So that's why when you even go through the executive order, you see that the president also talked about the growth of the GDP. Because mind you, if the local people, the issue of industrialization, that will also happen because it will create jobs, and you'll see companies coming, floating in the country, because once you have those things happening, the locals will benefit. But you and myself will make a fund, or we get the brokers, they get it and then it go out. Why are we benefiting? So if you look at the key provision in the executive order, is very helpful, for our population. It's not only about, and the president made a very strong emphasis on that, about people who will be engaged into that. The first fund is 50,000. 50,000.
Do you think that fund is fair? That 50,000 fund is fair? Maybe let's look at the broker. Maybe the broker union. One person from the broker try to export and they find 50,000. But let's say Jetty or Firestone try to export and they find it, they see 50,000. Do you think the fund is fair?
No, but the argument there is that the first thing when you are making law, I'm not a legal person anyway, but you look at how it reflects. We're looking at deterrence. I think that deterrence is to clearly tell you that the government is not in the business of exporting rubber.
Yeah, I asked the question because company the Firestone will say 50,000 is nothing, we'll violate and pay. We want to send more rubber out there, so we'll violate and pay 50,000. They say about 10,000 tons and pay 50,000. But a broker there will say maybe one container and pay 50,000. So for him, he will not do it. But Firestone will want to do that.
So you should also know that there are gathered, or there are interagency, the Ministry of Agriculture, Ministry of Commerce, and even the Port Authority as well. So those are just deterrent should in case if that occur. And mind you, that's the first offense. And there are other penalties. If you read through the executive order, is there. So I mean, it's not just thing that is just round people. What is happening to our country is just about decision making. It's not about anything. Once the president come up with a proclamation, is binding to be executed by the agent, the land ministry or agency involved. So it is this thing is actually intended to create a friendly business environment for our economy and that of the business community, and to even create jobs for our people. Mind you, to conclude, we have had Firestone in our country for over 100 years, but they can produce one rubber cup. But if you have companies coming that can produce other commodity like chairs, slippers, and whatsoever, I mean, you will get the private sector. You not get so many people running to government to be the only provider of job. So I mean, this particular executive order is helpful for our country and it will benefit the country. But as we move forward in the executive order, we will be giving out some of those economic benefits as well, to actually know what it's for, because people want to play politics with it. It's very important. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's get to you, Sandra. What you got to say about this, Sandra?
All right, Alfonso, thank you. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, as per your location this evening, and good evening to our listener across Liberia, specifically in Buyao. Alfonso, Today is one of my best day with the executive order by the president. Fast June, been here since 1909 or 2000, if I'm not mistaken. I seem to be corrected. Tons, billions or trillions of tons of rubber being exported from our country without us benefiting from the end product or processed product. Now, with this executive order, let me give you a few benefits. As Shadrach Goyadon Tugbe personally do not feel happy to be the only breadwinner of my family, or to be the only star in the community that making money, or to be employed. It's not my habit. My habit is when my surroundings are happy, I am protected. When people around me are working, we all live together. What does it mean? With the executive order, is mandatory for Fast June or any company to open a factory, industrial factory, for industrialization in the country, domestic industrialization, that will create jobs, bring about innovation across Liberia. In that manner, children coming up, students coming from university, they will have interest to apply for that job. They will be trained in that particular profession. They will gain skills. They will work in that profession and earn their living. It will expand the economic society of our country. People get job to feed their family. Because the rubber is being exported in one direction, raw material. But now, person says, process in our country, don't work here. So to work here, process everything in our country, so we can buy tire less expensive.
So now, Sadra, the argument here is those brokers who, in Liberia, there's no job, but those brokers, we have brokers union sending their rubber out of the country to get money and then support their family. Yeah. So if those guys are not sending their rubber now in Liberia, if we don't have factories to buy their products, how do you expect them to accommodate their family?
Alfonso, let's do the math. How many brokers in the country? And if there is domestic industrialization where the product will be, the material will be processed in our country to create thousands of jobs, to have 300 or maybe 50 brokers, but you have to provide 1,500 or 2,000 jobs. Take the math and accept which one is the greater opportunity for you. You got your brothers and sisters who going to school, practicing, different skills that can work in that industry to work and produce, and support their family through that production.
Thank you.
Thank
you very much for your input. Thank you for your input on this. Let's get to you, Ellis Law. Ellis Law. Even though you are not a broker, but if you were a broker and the government passed, executive order, what would be your reaction to it? Why do you think that the executive order will have on the people of Liberia, the ordinary people, the brokers union?
All right, thank you. Before I proceed, let me add, do we have any rubber manufacturing company in Liberia or factory in Liberia?
To say yes, I would just say somebody is trying to do that is Jetty, but if it is true that Jetty want to do that.
Yeah, is my problem with that executive order. before the president can come up with something like this, they should be able to get a company that is responsible to manufacture rubber material like tires, household utensils. I mean, anything that has to do with rubber. If you have that company that is buying this rubber from the farmers and bringing it to do those kind of things, it will help our country. But you don't sign an executive order when there is no company. Why can't you have gone outside, try to negotiate, come in with company that will be responsible to manufacture rubber material? Then when I came here, I saw tires with Firestone on it. I thought they were being manufactured in Liberia, but no. Even Firestone should have been doing this thing long time ago when Liberia was one of those people who were producing rubber at the very highest quality. It just don't come up with executive order and then there is nothing to back it.
So you're saying the president should try to mandate people like Firestone and other companies in Liberia that are exporting rubber to open a factory there?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
I get your point.
Or
I get your
they can't
point.
do that. They go out, create company, and do the manufacturing right there. Someone will be encouraged to carry that. You don't want to carry your goods in the market. It's taking 2 to 3 weeks to get your money back. It doesn't work that way. And trust me, this particular executive order, it will not hold. Like Joel said earlier, Joel did it didn't work. It will only work if we have people, we have one or two manufacturing company in Liberia that will be doing such.
Yeah, because why you say, because already people the rubber broker you don't want to speak on the issue. They are disenchanted with that. Previously they were mandating, many those from NIMBA were mandating the Senator Yantuayen to tell the president to release them, because that was holding them hostage from selling their property, I mean their rubber, to make their family feel happy. So if the president coming back with this, I think they will also have problem with that until the president. Yeah, Bobby, you wanted to say something, so me 30 seconds there.
I haven't completed. I have not ended my statement yet.
Yo, you gone far. You pass the time. So Bobby,
Alfonso, to get a country on the right path is not an easy thing. At some point, like what we're saying, how many companies in Liberia that manufacturing rubber? How does a company get there? I want to come to your question you asked earlier. What happened to the local business people that send their rubber outside, not the Firestone that send huge quantity? So this is what brings competition. The local basis people that are sending 100 kilo or whatever tons in outside of the country, tell the people you're sending this to, come to Liberia now because there's a competition. Give me the money. That's how we build millionaires in the country. Not the people taking the thing, sending it. The people they're selling it to, if the people give them the money in Nimba to build a factory there, we will have 2-3 millionaires in Nimba.
Thank you. Thank you very much. John, let's hear from you on this. John, let's leave the legal background. Let's come to the business background. Let's look at humanitarian sake and other things. Look at the suffering of the people of the country. See some of the executive order, whether they have negative impact on our people or positive impact on our people. John, let's get you.
Shadow, I want to say something. I don't know. Go to Shadow.
Sometimes they say I should give you 30 seconds. They say I should give you 30 seconds. Shadow, don't.
No problem. I just want to speak to my brother Bobby and Dennis. No comments about how many companies in Liberia. Let me tell you, brothers and Uncle Alex. We don't have in Liberia in the past 30 years, just we can't have. And because we don't have a system in place, we don't demand people to bring it. So for now, the president and the government say we need this. Our people can't live like this for life. So it doesn't mean that we'll continue to live this way. So there's a particular process, it will demand people to bring company in the fashion themselves can bring company in the country. It doesn't mean they don't have the ability to bring company. But because nobody have been in our space to hold them by their feet. That's why they are being reluctant to do that. So we should not base on, we don't have a company in place now. Everything is a process. That's the beginning here. Sorry, there is a beginning. Thank you so much. I don't know that clarity.
Thank you. Let's get back to you, Gian.
Thank you, Afanso.
I
think I will side with Ellis a little bit on this one.
Don't mind. Go ahead, Gian.
I will start with Ellis on this one a little bit. Now, you see, Firestone has been in Liberia for a very long time. All of those people we see as leaders today, one way or the other, they have been serving as leader for us for the past 10 or 15 years. When Joseph Human Boakai served as vice president to Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, this thing happened under his administration, I would say so. But he couldn't say anything about it. Coming right now to impose that no unprocessed rubber should be exported out of the country. Let's look at the petty brokers. Those ones that they tap that rubber and take it to Firestone for Firestone to buy and then send it unprocessed one out of the country. Now you've caused them harm in that direction because there is no company in Liberia that will produce the rubber. So if Firestone is not taking these unprocessed rubber from the brokers, or they are not buying it from the brokers anymore, you get to realize that the rubber gets stuck. And once the rubber is stuck, it means those people will not feed their family. So we should look at it at the broader sense. It is not only about Firestone. We need these things to happen in the country, but how prepared are we? How prepared is the government? Have you ever brought any manufacturing company in a country that we have currently we can boast of to say, yes, these people are manufacturing rubbers? It is shameful for us as a country that produces rubber at the highest rate in the region. We export all of these rubber out of the country. This is a good thing, but how prepared is the government? The government, in some way, they are doing some couple of good things, but with things we've seen recently, today news have been coming up, both this executive order, LTA boss being exonerated from his charges. These are lapses that we don't want to see in the government. But again, we'll go to the LTA side for the executive order today. I believe that is a good one, but let's look at the broader sense, the broader perspective of this thing. The local brokers that are also benefiting from selling their little rubbers to these companies like Firestone. Just in case Firestone is not buying from them anymore, it becomes difficult for them to feed their family. And when you tell Firestone not to export these unprocessed rubbers, that means they will not be buying the unprocessed rubber again from the local brokers. So it's getting bad. But we got Clinton in the back.
Let's ask you now, Gian. So I'm coming to you after I'll give you 30 seconds. I know you want to say something, but Gian, let come to you. Oh, you are not spoken. I know. Okay, Gian. So let come to you with this. If Firestone is not exporting, rubber, so I mean, will they be mandated to open a factory in Liberia? Because if they cannot send it out, meaning they will not produce it. If they produce it, it will not stay in Liberia just like that. They need to process it. So if they cannot process them in Liberia, it will not be sent out. Are they leaving Liberia now?
So you see, that's why I said we should look at the broader sense, right? Firestone is a company that is doing business with Liberian people. The business they are doing is for profit. So once they believe that at certain point in time they are not making profit, they will leave. So how prepared are we to cover that space? We should look at it in that sense. Firestone has been in Liberia for a very long time.
Thank you, Gian. Thank you very much for your info. Let's get to you, Ato Ugbe. Let's get your info on this in 1 minute 30 seconds. Welcome Clinton and Pose. Welcome to the show, Clinton.
Clinton, according to information, he's actually I don't know whether the spokesperson for or he will introduce himself shortly. Let's leave after.
We'll get to you. We'll get to you, Clinton, in just 2 minutes. We'll get to you. So let's see. After let's hear you, then we can get to Clinton.
By good and back. So the executive order issued by the president today is a decision that the Liberian people are waited for years, for a president to come and have a political will I heard somebody saying Gion, what's that Gion? Because the reason I'm calling him, I normally don't like the couple on your show, but I'm calling him because he's one of the hosts. That Joseph Boakai was vice president to earn 12 years and he did not do it. In our country, Gion, only one president can sign executive order. 5 presidents do not sign executive order. It is to issue an executive order might be the presidential will. It's not a 5 presidential will. So Joseph Boakai is given the space to serve as the president to sign. That's why he signed the executive order today. So there is a decision that the Liberian people are long been waiting for. The executive order signed today was a presidential will exhibited by the president to tell Firestone, say, you've been in the country for years before even Joseph Boakai was born, as old as Joseph Boakai was born. Firestone, are we saying that the amount of years that Firestone been in the country for, they do not have the capacity to hope to build a processing plant that will process rubber here? Firestone do have the capacity. My answer to that question is yes, Firestone do have the capacity. So the executive order is saying, Firestone build a processing plant here and increase your productivity. But to increase your productivity, it means you increase employment. You put more money in your pocket. Another good flavor of the executive order is there will be more components that will come. Our people will get options. Our people will get options in selling our rubber. Jetty has started it. Jetty is particularly taking what Sarala. Jetty has started it. That's a good year that is even facing slip up. They're facing a slip up. They're in 2 colors, black and white. The executive order will also strengthen that company because the unprocessed material will be sold to them. They'll fit like the elder said. The other a bit confused me. The elder said Firestone had been here for years, and then in the States, he saw Firestone tire there. So he thought that Firestone tire is face here. But he didn't see, but he said the executive order is that time. But Firestone had been here for years. That tire, that simple thing can be prepared here. So the executive order is forcing those companies to make sure and expand their company by attaching another company that will do the unfinished process here and turn it into a goods that will be sold here. Executive order got lifespan. Somebody say, President, we have signed executive order 2023. How can you be going to the election that you don't show whether you win? You focus on election, you focus on your campaign, then you sign executive order in the same year that you go to the election. Is that possible? That was a political game. So Boakai is honest by it. That's the reason he signed the executive order at the end of the regime. Because you can monitor it.
Thank you very much.
So
thank you very much, Clinton. Thank you. Thank you very much, Clinton.
Thank you. We'll come back.
Yeah, welcome to the show, Clinton. Clinton, welcome to the show. Can you please introduce yourself and tell us why are you here?
Yeah, Alfonso, let me bring in Clinton shortly. I don't know what's wrong with
He's here. Clinton is here already.
So Clinton Boser is the National Assistant Secretary for Operation of the National Rubber Broker Union NEMA chapter. So he's here to discuss this executive order, what they make of it. They are in the rubber sector. Let's hear from him what are their side on this issue. Clinton, good evening and welcome to the show, Chief.
Earlier, my name is Clinton M. Boser, the head of Secretariat for the Consulting and Rubber Sector Artists of Liberia, and the National Rubber Broker and Farmer Union of Liberia is one of our members of the 5 members of the COSA. And I share in the Secretariat of the COSA and also at the level of the National Rubber Broker and Farmer Union of Liberia.
Thank you. Welcome to the show again, Chief. Earlier on today, the President, Joseph Boakai, signed an executive order. What do you make of this executive order as a union? Have you guys thought of it in any way? Do you think it would benefit the local brokers?
The executive order number 151 is counterproductive to the Competition Act of Liberia, 2016 Competition Act of Liberia, which President Boakai is also secretary to. By then he was the vice president of the Republic of Liberia, and that law states that no government entity or no any other institution should be involved into anti-competition act, because there was a lot of monopolies in so many business sectors in the Republic of Liberia, and that act repealed the monopoly law in this country. for the president to be a signatory to source a policy document and coming up with an executive order, I see it like making a fun, right? Because when the then president lost the election in 2023, President Weah came up with executive order number 124, which banned the exportation of unprocessed rubber. And then of course I came into the advocacy arena that the executive order number 124 doesn't mean well for the Liberian. But let's take for instance, right? If you process your rubber, semi-process your rubber into TSR 10 or 20, which Jetty, Firestone, and LAC are doing. Because what they're doing in Liberia is not a complete processing. We are not using rubber end product in Liberia. We are not consuming a natural rubber product in Liberia. So they want to do the semi-processing, which is just drying the rubber, send it to the world market, and sell it for better price. And who benefit the price? It is the entrepreneur, people who are engaged into the business, the Firestone, the Jetty, and with that lack. It doesn't benefit the Liberian people, right? Because when you are talking about value added, I'm from the supply chain background. And when you talk about value added, it should be able to impact the consumer. But we are not producing surgical gloves in Liberia. We are not producing rubber band. We are not producing condom in Liberia. So how is that going to benefit the Liberian people? So I can give you a practical example on the other side as well. A ton container of unprocessed rubber in Liberia called the Cobalon, which is natural rubber. It's about it is considered maximum of 20 tons per shipment. And then if I'm shipping a 20 feet container of that unprocessed rubber, I pay $250 United States dollars to APN terminal. And if someone is shipping the dry rubber, which is TSR 10 or 20, they also paying $250. And a 20 ton of
Wow. Clinton network is, I don't know what's going on. But again, the conversation will be okay. We will enjoy this conversation because I'm told that when this president took over, Clinton and his group had some couple of a series of protests that the executive order 124 that was signed by former President George Weah should be lifted at that time, because these are some of the reasons he's giving. So we really need to look at this at a critical stand. You know, Joseph Boakai was the same person who said this executive order was not in favor of the Liberian people, so he had to lift it. And he brought the same executive order again on the Liberian people. Now we're going to hear from Clinton tonight. How beneficial is this executive order? Let's leave it. Clinton and those people in the sector themselves. We don't know the strength of Firestone Rubber Incorporated. We don't know their strength. We don't know whether they can produce in Liberia. But why I said from the beginning is that Joseph Boakai was in the previous government. Why couldn't he prevail on the president at that time? You know, you are not working for the president solely. You're working for the Liberian people. So if you give the president advice and the president doesn't take it in, it is a bound responsibility to come and tell the Liberian people we have the right to remove. We are given a constitutional right. According to Article 1 of our Constitution, all power is inherited in the people. So why can't we go by that? But we hope to be joined by Clinton again subsequently so that we can end a discussion with him. Are there plenty another protest against this executive order? We need to know all of these things tonight. The President Joseph Yuma Boakai communicated with those people that are actually affected by this executive order before, you know, he signed it, or he just did it out of the blue sky. We want to know all of these things from Clinton tonight. But again, over to you, Alfonso. Let's
try to John, let Clinton come. You know, Clinton was making some point, but I feel a point was not valid when you were making those points. You can't say we are not producing gloves, we are not producing this in the country, we are not beneficiary to it, and the president said these are things we producing, so don't send anything out. Let's try to incorporate people, let's try to bring people in the system that will help us to produce it. Then you say you are against it, then I mean you are contradicting us. So let him come back, we will hear from him. But I'm not on either of them side, I'm on the Liberian people side. So let's hear from you again. Let's go with this and see. After Clinton will be going back to Buyao, to Buyao. Cotto entered the district. One of the Kennedy Cotto entered the district there today. He was in bound. I think tonight he will be sleeping in Bipley. He made some statement, and we'll try to digest some of the things he said. But again, let's see if we can get Armstrong go back level within 30 minutes. He said you're going to join us. I don't know what is going on. You are close to Armstrong, please let him know we stay with him. I try to get to him no way. So yeah, but Bobby one thing you wanted to say something and I pause you. So can you go ahead to say in 30 seconds? Unmute yourself, boss man.
Yeah, you just said exactly what I wanted to say. So, like I think he's contradicting. He said they are the local people, Liberian, are not benefiting. The people that are benefiting are Jetty and Firestone when they take it outside. And then the president saying, let's do it here. So why should we protest? So that's what I wanted to say.
Okay, yeah, thank you. Siawete, with the short one you just said, can you say something about what you said, the short one?
Well, like I said from the beginning, we were not given the opportunity to actually expand on this executive order. What is happening to our country? I think that's what we are seeing tonight. Look, that when you look at the story of Jerry Rawlings in Ghana, it took him to be a man to make decision. And I think President Bouaka is trying to train that path. We are discussing industrialization. Then someone is talking about rural broker. They are important. We don't disregard their interest, but if you are discussing the benefit of the entire country, look, Elder made a very sensitive point today that I captured, right, regarding the bringing in company. How do we attract company? The first thing, before people do a company, you need to do a survey. If an investor is coming, you should know that Liberia is one of the largest producers of rubber in the sub-region. You should know that. So before a company come in with the investment, they need to know how many tons, for example, the tonnage that come from this region, from farmers, from brokers, and all of that. Before Jetty opened that company that he's working on now, that he's trying to open, Jetty did an assessment to know what could be the market value, what could be a return investment, and all of that. I'm seeing people arguing Firestone have branches in other countries in the sub-region. Why not Liberia? Only because we don't have that policy being instituted in the country. So if we had that policy, you will have people bringing investment. Our argument is to see how Liberia can get employed, how we can create enabling environment for job and industrialization in the country. Mind you, no one, that argument, for me, they are just saying it from the other side because they are, for their side of interest. But should we subscribe to rubber brokers because of industrialization? We say no. Industrialization is the first key. Job creation. Read the executive order. There are a lot of things. We are not just discussing this rubber broker or farmers. No, those are low skills you're discussing. Yeah, those are low skills. That discuss.
Thank you very much. Yeah, John, you want to say something regarding?
I want to ask question to Siawete and then the rest of the people.
Yeah, ask a question, then they will answer.
Why did President Josiah Yuman Bouaka lift the executive order 124 in regards to the same, ban on exporting on processed rubber?
You say I didn't get you.
Can you answer that, President?
No, I didn't get you.
Lifted the export.
The same ban. Let's say the same ban was signed by President George Weah. But during the regime of President Josiah Yuman Bouaka, there were several protests from local brokers. And these local brokers, they protested, and then this current administration, the president lifted that ban. But now he's bringing the same ban again. Why?
Okay, let me come into that point, right? In the market space, when I heard him talking about monopoly, the government now, that is not monopoly. The government is opening a free market right there. where you see competition in the market. Look, they are only looking at, I wanted to ask the fellow where he works. If I may be correct, I think you work with how you call Cocopa Raw Plantation. Let's look at our own Nima candidate to
It's
see.
NRR.
Yeah, you know, we are used to that NRR. Let's look at even Cocopa, the years they have spent in Nimba or Liberia as a whole. What have been the vision of Cocopa? Is it to only get rubber and Expo A? Cocopa now should be one of the entity or the institution that should even invite investors with their capital, right? Should even people only local the investor need to come. You can bring investor as a citizen. There can be a shareholder. Has Cocopa done that? But they only want to get a rubber and process it out. Why people be standing in long queue? No, that's not the point. This executive order is also meant to open and create a broader market space for the consumer, the vendors as well.
Thank you very much. Let everybody going to answer you, right?
Yeah, I wanted to make some clarity on that. You see, you share with you from the business background. You know how these things operate. These companies, some of them, they are specialized in specific things. If you are not specialized in production, you will not go into production because you don't know what production is. So I follow those people protest that time when they closed the airport road. I follow that protest very closely. It is not Firestone that is coming to protest. They are the local brokers that are coming to protest. They were the ones that were protesting at that time. And President Joseph Iman Boakai looked at the protest and said, no, we can't continue with this. We need to close the whole thing down. He lifted that ban. So I'm very concerned. Why at that time you lifted the ban, then at this time again, you bring in the same ban again? What changed about it? Have you brought in investors that will take care of these things? That's my concern. But I think they didn't really answer my question. But let's hear from the other people.
No, listen now.
Okay, so can I talk?
Can
I come here?
Yeah, let me just come in 30 seconds. Maybe the way you asked the question, you were talking about monopoly. That's why I said no. The government, it was not an issue. Right now, the government is opening competition in the market. Gian, to answer your question, the reason why the government is also lifting this ban is to create a free market space for competition. That's not monopoly. Monopoly is where you give right to one company to operate within a specific business local, right? For this one, the government is widening the business climate. So I mean,
so yeah, let's get to you. After you talk, I mean, give your info, your response in 45 seconds. Then we can come to you, printers.
I thought you are muted.
The executive order Gio is quoting that was signed by former President Weah, I have not read in totality. Somebody posted James or A, and then I just went to it. The person just posted a headline trying to indicate that the same executive order was also signed by President Weah at the time. But here's the thing here. Under our law, executive order got duration, it got time ban attached. Now, the new government that is led by JMB took over, and the old executive order you're talking about that, the new government needed to see what are the details, what are the ingredients into the executive order signed by President Weah. Did the executive order signed by President Weah go along with penalties that we signed the executive order for SYC? Those who do not do what we are saying, they should bear so fine. I'm saying I have not seen it. Was it there? Maybe it could be some of the reason for which JMB cancelled the executive order. The second thing is that was the executive order signed by President Weah really sincere? Because executive order, I think it's about 1 year. How can you go into election in 2023 and you sign the executive order when you should be sitting down as a government to even monitor and supervise what you sign as to whether they are implemented? How can? Those are things that you got to look at.
Arthur, Arthur,
Yeah.
I beg you. They'll lead the issue of party sentiment from the team. Let's discuss it.
La party business again.
No,
Yeah,
you
so-
see, I realize that
Junior.
you're limiting the conversation of party sentiment.
So-
That's
Junior,
what I'm saying.
Junior,
Government is
so-
Junior, can I
continuative.
come in?
I come in practice. Government is continuative. We know that. Why would this executive order be good? Then you come and remove it. Then not even 7 months into that, you reintroduce the same executive order again. When we all know that government is continuative. So it doesn't mean that president. I mean, the former president.
Junior, your point is well taken. Your questions are genuine. We're going to answer that. So let's hear from you, Prentice.
But I think John too need to read the previous executive order and compare it to the current.
My position
So read the two
on
executive order.
this
Let's read the two
issue.
executive order.
Hello, Junior.
Yeah, go
So
ahead.
for me, like I said initially, the executive order comes with some benefit to our economy, but as well, I think maybe the timing and looking at what happened in the past regarding this very issue, I think it should have been studied and given more thought. Because I hear, and for me, on the kind of conversation I like for us to have to come on board with nationalistic mindset. Yeah, and it has nothing to do with party or being pro-government or whatever. I listened to my brother say how they talk about free market. Government is encouraging competition. I think I have different view to that. It's like you saying to an elephant and a rat, say the two of you fight. That's why for me, I mostly give preference to equity over equality. Because equality, you can look at it, the inequality in the sense of equality, you will give one elephant, maybe one mother pencil, you get it right, one mother pencil, you say two of your friend. When you know, even without that mother pencil, the elephant can just step on the rat and the rat will be dead. There in no reality that you can tell an elephant to fight a rat or rat, and that rat gets to survive. So if we are saying the first thing here is the executive order, it takes right now, as per information we have gathered, brokers get to buy metric ton $520 United States dollars. Then the executive order says that 4% of that amount will be paid to LRA per ton. 2% will go to the Rural Development Fund. You adding the money up. If you come to the port to transport the rubber, 150 United States dollars per metric ton. It take the amount to almost 700. And mind you, they're going to meet the global market that has, prices are fluctuating. If they go, the last time we ever tried that, you know what happened? Rubbers, at the end of the day, that jetty, that lack, that Firestone were determining the prices of rubber in our country. And the local farmers decided to not sell to them because there was no competition. That the three bishops were telling how much they buy rubber. And because they were devaluing the prices of rubber in the country, the local farmers decided to not buy from them. And at the end of the day, our people in the interior making a rubber farm, that children were not going to school, for them to keep their horse, for them to keep the family going, it became a problem.
Thank you.
What changes have we made to ensure that we will not experience dominance of the big three? Also marginalize the Liberians in the rubber sector.
There's one topic we'll take off for long. We'll not go to most of the topic we'll cover today.
Alfonso, don't be giving up on the buy. You want to give off no opportunity to talk.
Clinton is coming back. We hope to get him clear, and then maybe a few minutes. It takes few minutes to get us through. Clinton, welcome again. We're not getting you now. You are available. Can you go through what you were saying before the network? Yeah, let me unmute you, Clinton. Yeah.
the executive order number 151 that I saw today, that was released from the executive management website by the president of the Republic of Liberia, President Joseph Numa Boakai, doesn't mean well for the Liberian people, particularly the farmers, the rubber brokers, and without the exporter who do not also have a cement rubber processing plant. So I'm from the supply chain background. I know what it takes when we talk about standardizations and whether a value added. When we are talking about value added in the context where the government is trying to take short drastic action, it requires a long-term plan, and before you have that done, you should have the short-term plan into play to mitigate the process without leaving anyone behind. It is not an overnight work, because as we speak right now, they are only trying to empower few cement processors, like the lack of Jetty, the lack of Firestone, and without the Liberia Agriculture Company, which is live. The smallholder farmers they produce 65% of the natural rubber productions in Liberia. They are in large number. Their threshold starts from 99 acres downward. The Rubber Planter Association of Liberia, which is called the RPAL, have the threshold which eligibility for membership start from 100 acres upward. But this is what always happens, right? The RPAL will apply for a grant in the needs of the rubber sector in Liberia as a whole. But when they get a grant to empower farmers, they only deal with our members, and they are just few. They want the larger company and few the concession rubber company and those few Liberians who have the large farm from 100 acres upward. So this is what happened. The aggregator that we call the brokers are the risk barrier. They are individuals who put their own money at risk, buy the rubber cut for farmers, buy those tapping knives for farmers, buy those ashes for farmers, and supply them. They take that risk with the intention that the local farmers, which are considered the smallholder farmers, going to sell the product to them after they are produced. And then those few beings which are members of the RPAL go and engage government, present the wrong data to the government, present the wrong image, and perhaps they pay some money to some people who are not like-minded in government, who have authority, and then make it look like they are doing the right thing. What shocked me is today we were in a meeting with Lisa, Lisa is Liberia or standard authority. They are also the same as the LCC, the Liberia Chamber of Commerce. They particularly engage into private sector. They advocate for private sector, and they also help promote business and development in the private sector. They also settle disputes and resolution and all those things. We were just in meeting with them today at the Ministry of Commerce. And then
what your meeting was for? Is it
basically focused on the government intention on how to improve the private sector, how to make sure that food security is into place, how they also make sure that every sector within the Liberia business sector, let me say every operator within the Liberia business sector are up to standard. They are up to the standard operating procedures and so forth. We have that meeting today. We make our case. Just from that meeting today, I was shocked to see that from the Spoon Network that the president issued the executive order. Now, let me tell you what that executive order is going to do to the Liberian society. When President Weah lost the election in 2023, December of that same 2023, President Weah, out of anger, issued an executive order
that placed the moratorium on the unprocessed or natural rubber, the COP loan. Mainly because he said he was disappointed in the farmers' vote, the rubber farmers particularly, and precisely NEMA, because NEMA produced the higher percentage of the smallholder rubber farmer in Liberia as per statistics. So the president issued that executive order out of anger. President, we are by then.
So
and what happened?
Let's make it interactive.
Let me
ask you some questions, and so you said, President, we are released executive order after the election, and you feel the executive order he issued, well, like maybe he had problem with the way you vote. Is that what the executive order actually, was sent out there? Is that how really you say that you guys they're not voting? That's why he had to put executive order on your
President, we are quote unquote friendly with the farmers of Liberia, particularly the smallholder rubber farmers from his first year up to the time he was defeated. Operations were good with our rubber farmers, and why he didn't issue the executive order throughout his 5 years until when he got defeated right in December, he issued the executive order. And he also made statement that the Namibian was ungrateful. Yeah, he also, he said that we were sort of ungrateful. So, but the issue now, the issue now on him. The issue now on him. During the time of that executive order, the rubber price dropped up to $370, $380 respectively. Right after December of last year, let me say December of last year, President Bouaka had no intention of reinstating the executive order. Currently, as we're speaking, the net for a ton of rubber in Liberia that is bought on the market from the local farmer is $520. After the necessary deduction, the gross is in $570 and some more, but the net is $520 that the farmer received, as a net payment after all the necessary deduction. So that means the moratoriums are always been an impediment to this sector. Whenever the moratorium is removed, you see competition into the business and in the sector, and you see price start moving on as per world market price. Okay, let's take for instance, if the ton of processed rubber is sold in Thailand today or in Malaysia or Singapore today for 1,700, if it takes 60% of that amount, which is supposed to be applied to the domestic market, it should be a little over $1,000. That is a fair market price. But then if you see that in Liberia, it is not calculated on the market price, because when they feel into the monopolies, they determine the price and the government have nothing to do with it. Now that there's a competition in the market.
Clinton, are you against the executive order Bouaka signed?
Yeah, I'm strongly in disagreement with it. I'm not against it because it is against our farmers. Because what we experienced during the executive order number 124, all our farmers start cutting down their farm because the rubber was making nothing to them. You cannot have 4, 5, 6 tapping for you. They tap for a whole month, and when they produce 1 ton, then you sell 1 ton for $150. That means the $350. Okay, how much will you pay the 10 workers that you have? How much would you be left with?
Let's get our colleagues asking you. You can see them on the screen. Let's get them asking you one question each. Then we can go to you, your party comment. After they ask you, you will answer. So, John,
you gotta be a little bit audible. You gotta be a little bit audible. I think you are sounding very low.
Okay, I was saying we want to ask you question on the platform individually. So let's get with John. You got to listen. Let John ask a question. Then from there we can go to Bobby and all of people. John, you can go ahead to ask your question.
Thank you. Clinton, you serve as the head of Secretariat. Now, during the Executive Order 124, there were a series of protests that were, done by the local brokers at that time. and you guys held meetings with this current president. Now, with your previous meeting you had with the current president, what were those pleas that you placed before him that led him to not continue on the Executive Order 124?
Yeah, I'm very happy that you followed those series of protests that were here. Our one of the lead campaigner who led protests to the National Port Authority. We have them closed down by then. We also led another protest at the ministerial complex, which subsequently we have the meeting with the office of the president by then. The Executive Order number 124 undermined the robot processing in Liberia, which I was just laying some emphasis. There are so many farmers that are cutting down their fine because robot were making no sense to them. But now that since they got expired December, we have been trying to recover from that period. The farmers are happy. Some people are doing reprinting. And with this one, it's a very serious disaster in the sector. And it will undermine the rubber sector in the Republic. They identify Executive Order doesn't mean any positive impact on the rubber farmer, particularly the smallholder.
Thank you. Bobby, please ask your one question, Bobby. Bobby Wanti, are you there?
Yeah. Good evening, Clinton.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, I'm here. Thank you. Clinton, from your previous statement, you said the Executive Order 124. The president before then issued the executive order because of the way NIMBA voted against him. If he was sure of issuing the executive order, why he couldn't issue it in his second year, he issued it at the last year after election. And then today, the present president issued the executive order in his second year, and you have problem with it. Why?
Okay, this is the reason that we need to engage the president, and we are making the president like the monopoly law, let me say the competition law of 2016 was also signature by President Bouaka, but Vice President by then. That law states that no government institution should be involved with anti-competitive behavior, right? A free market operating based on the principle of waiting seller and waiting buyers. The Liberian people planted their rubber, and then government did not subsidize the implanting of rubber. Government cannot be the one restricting them on how to sell it. And the government themselves have the, and like my brother, is that you have your pineapple farm. You use all your own resources to plant your pineapple farm. Now a resource the state shall have it. Then the government is telling you, say, no, you got to sell your pineapple, to John Brown, don't sell it to Peter Paul. It doesn't make sense, right? It doesn't make sense. That's why I'm saying all this is masterminded by the agriculture minister. We start with him before we made our case, and the agriculture minister had nothing to say but just to say, gentlemen, we got to move to value added. How can we move to a value added without any, a strategic plan on how we're going to navigate from this stage to this stage? What is the short-term plan? What is the recovery aspect you have for people who are already, you cannot catch people unaware, right? Some of those things, people who are, the president, while it is true that everything that happens is the president, we know that, but the president cannot be present at every stage of activities within the republic. Sometimes you get people laissez-faire leadership, they abuse the power and so forth. The agriculture minister is not communicating right to the president. That's what led to this. And I can assure you, when we meet the president and make the president to understand how the rubber sector has been crippled and how it is recovering from the short term that the moratorium was removed or got expired since December, the president himself will see no reason of putting executive order number 151. And the president, I believe in his own wisdom and with his idea of, of living the Liberian people in every aspect, will be able to reconsider his decision. The person has not just been given the right information. That is the reason why we are here today with the executive order number 151.
Thank you very much. The person has not been given the rightful, information. That's why. Shadra, ask your one question.
Yes. Thank you so much, Alfonso. Before I ask my question, let me give some analysis to my brother in the studio, Clinton Kuzai. You see, he used the word value-added service. I really want to know what he understands that word value-added service. Now, let me take it from the perspective of telecommunication services where I work.
You coming in kind of a break on. I'm not really getting you.
What you do if you have no question, maybe you do analyze on this. Do you have no question? Just ask your question.
I have a question, but I want to give you some analysis so you can also if I ask my question. Because you just ask the question, you may not answer the way I want you to answer.
Okay, go ahead, but please do it in 45 seconds.
Yeah. So value-added service is you give a provider or entrepreneur or company a particular license to do a business. Like for example, Lunsa were giving a Lunsa number to just make call, voice call, but then they are using it for mobile money, other services, which of course they are not paying for. That is also against the government article revenue. Now, the value-added service there in terms of rubber corporation it has to do with company adequately placing the rubber in Liberia where other citizens will be employ benefits from the process of taking the raw material from the country just like that. But process here where people benefit. Do you think that person will work in Liberia without government holding the company responsible at this time with the policy being ordered today as executive order?
Hello.
Did you get him clear?
I'm not really getting him. Yeah, that's the reason why I try to use that's the reason why I try to use I try to use the earpiece quickly.
You know question?
Ask a question you forgot, but a long talk. Ask a question now.
I asked Mr. Kose, do you think no problem? Do you think Firestone or
Shadrach, I think Shadrach got little internet problem.
Yeah, because he's coming in very broken.
We will get to Sadra. We will get to Sadra to come. Sadra, you wasted our time in 2 minutes. Let's get to you, Printers Doma. Please ask your question.
Okay, Clinton, is good seeing you here this evening, my brother. So I will want to be very concise with my question. Can you tell us what was the price of rubber? I mean, the money you give to the local farmers, you as broker, when you go to buy from the old man and the old papi in the village, how much you give to them by the time of the first executive order, and how much you give to them after the executive order was lifted, and how you think it impacted, the current price.
Okay, thank you very much, Prentice. During the time of the first executive order, I was not basically involved with the purchase of rubber, but I know the rubber price at that time because the consulting of rubber sector out of Liberia, which I formed myself part of by then, and stay part of, we have a very structural operation and membership protection. The consulting comprises of the rubber farmers, the rubber brokers, rubber exporter, the filing agent, and without the trucker. These were the 5 actors within the consulting the rubber sector actor of Liberia. So that is, if Clinton is involved into the rubber buying aspect, Clinton don't have the own truck and be transporting his own rubber. If Prentice have the truck, Clinton just have to contact Prentice. Oh, my man, I have 2-3 tons of rubber. You can transport it for me. By that, Prentice also survive by his truck. And then Clinton don't have to go and plant rubber, since he also in the business of buying rubber. Clinton only go and buy the rubber if Clinton is a broker and buy it from the farmers. And then the exporter don't have to go directly to buy from the farmers. The exporter got to buy from the broker. So that's how the organization is being structured. So that was our advocacy, so that no one can be left behind. But by that time, a ton of rubber was purchased from the local farmer. 360, 370, 380, 400 was the highest by then. But from the time since December.
So Clinton, your internet is not good. You have to make your Clinton. Hello.
Of last year, since the
Clinton, you got to make your answer short because of time, so we can get into the other story.
Yeah. So by then the rubber price was 380, 370, 360, and the highest of 400, fluctuating like that. But since December and the executive order are not been in place, rubber price, the net that the farmer received now is 520. The gross is somewhere around 570, 575.
Thank you.
That is a kind of an improvement into the sector now with the absence of the executive order.
Thank you. Siawate. Unmute yourself, Siawate.
Good evening, Clinton.
Good evening, Comrade.
Yeah, okay. I listened to your point. I just got I got 1 or 2 questions.
In 45 seconds, brother.
Yeah, sure. You talk about value added, and I'm very concerned about, the emphasis you made, and I want to look at it on the other side. For example, you got rubber processing factory, and then the latest you sell for like 500, and then sell the finished product for 800. So that the 800 and the 500, the disparity there is 300. So the 300, the contribution, where the 300 is now a contribution to our GDP, because the reason I'm asking this question, you talk about government needed to do long-term plan, and executive order are meant to strengthen the strength of the government in terms of this sector. If you read the executive order, the first thing the president talked about there is the issue of, the value added I just made mention of. For example, when you sell rubber for 300, if they are processing the rubber here and selling, for example, a metal sheet or rubber sheet for 800, you are added 300 to that. And then another thing is, you're looking at the job creation, and you're looking at the support to the GDP growth as well. And you're also looking at the employment and that the export earning. Now, my point is, the first question, that the second one is, how does this executive order actually injure you with the government intention to bring about, industrialization that will even help the sector you come from?
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and that way is our obstacle now, is our main obstacle. The network is far. What background is that?
It's very bad.
So again, while we are waiting, I don't know, let me pause it long. Everybody mute on the show.
Alfonso.
Yeah.
Alfonso, I was making my question and
Wow.
it didn't go through.
Yeah,
I have connection problem.
now it's not here. When you come back, you do that. So
Alfonso.
say,
Yes,
yeah.
please.
Alfonso, due to time, let's go to the other topic. We will
Yeah, let's
find
go.
time
Let's go to the
That's
next
what I
topic because
want
we
to
have
do.
stayed too
Do
long
we
on
have
this one.
Goodbye around?
Not
No,
coming now.
go back.
Alfonso.
Actually, we're not getting him. I tried getting no way. So
Alfonso.
yeah.
I got a concern.
What's your
The
concern?
first thing the brother is raising a point, right? For me, I want to know the sector or the angle Clinton come from, because I know the rubber, which side he come from, which institution. Then we will know how to ask the question.
Clinton
Let's do that in our closing comment. Let's go to the next one.
Clinton is what?
Topic,
Clinton is the Assistant Secretary for Operation of the National Rubber Broker Union of Liberia, NIMA chapter.
And he from which institution?
He's representing the local brokers.
No,
you're not getting my
the
point.
question still they're asking, I want to agree with you because the guy uses terminologies, he does not understand actually what he's trying to say. What is other service, all these things.
So, yeah, because we need to know which institution, for example, because before you join an institution, to form part of that organization, you must have come from certain institution. For example, if I come from Firestone and I'm making that argument, then of course, when I'm asking questions relating to the institution you represent, in line with also where you're making your press statement as well, or speaking on behalf of the institution. That's
so for him, they are a
Alfonso, I want to suggest something. I want to suggest something, Alfonso. Please, 1 second. I please want us to let's move to another topic. This guy is not here and we are not getting anything. We have been here only one topic for a very long time.
And the voucher for mobilization of CMC just joined.
So today
we were having District 5 to join too, but we are getting start today one place.
Yeah, so we'll be going to District 5.
But the topic is important. We'll discuss District 5 every day now.
Yeah.
But what will benefit from this topic? They may not know where you're coming from.
As long as the election stay, pending, we'll continue to discuss it. So one of the candidates in person of Koto Kragu entered the district today where we campaign, and it started from Ban, where the citizens of Buyao welcome him, and they proceeded to the next town in Buyao. John, if you had that recording, can you play that for all? It's on BKS stuff. It's on BKS how to call it, platform. If you can get that, or you just play it just for
Alfonso,
1 or 2 minutes. Yeah.
Before we take the recording, the newest voucher, national voucher for mobilization of the citizen.
We will come to that.
No, just work on the man.
The man never said nothing correct. I try and say never can be good. I will promote the man never not correct. Say never said for then we'll go there. Yeah, the man never not good. So John, if you ought to get it for all right.
They think
all right. So we'll be going to that topic. We'll be going to the District 5 soon. Armstrong, I mean, say Cozy Clinton, we want to just get done with you, then we can get to our. Please, those guys ask you question, answer it very short, so we can go. We just got 2 persons to ask you now. Yeah, you can go ahead. Answer. You were talking and your network, frozen.
Say the Liberian people network, orange network, Nama network.
Okay. Say
so commerciality. When it comes to the job creation, I think when the market is free, there where we will even have more job creation. As I'm speaking to you now, my rubber buying station have more about 9 Liberians who are currently working with me. Just imagine, just a one-man rubber buying station employ 9 persons working. Then you're talking about job creation. Like I can share your picture with you.
even at the level of the National Rubber Program Farmer Union of Liberia. I just employed 3 of my friends from Ganta there. They started work today. They took picture in their working, uniform. They were very much impressed. They took picture and sent to me to tell me thank you. So we are providing job everywhere. They think, okay, let's take for instance Jetty. Yeah, so Jetty has a company. So if you take me individual, if you take the number of people that are employed to work with me, if I allow level of Jetty, the number of people I get working won't be easy. No leveling man working for me, no inner man working for me. I'm bringing any leveling man to do the work that Liberians supposed to do. I'm bringing any Indian to do the work that Liberians supposed to do, like they lack fast soon Jetty and other people. So I only employ my own Liberian friends. And so let's take the issue of the value added you are talking about and with the difference in the sale price.
Yeah,
the point he's raising is
but my point is about industrialization,
not individual, employing people, but when we have industry or in the country producing these things, how is that injuring you when the government is talking about industrialization and you're talking about and privatization and you're talking about industrialization? How is that injuring
but what is the industrialization here? My brother Sarite is right here in Monrovia. To drive to my GB right here to see Jetty factory, it is not of any that much expensive, which he can do. I would love for him to go there and see what in industrialization out into the rubber sector. Those people drive the rubber, I can call it processing, it's semi-processing. They drive the rubber into TSR 10 or 20. TSR 10 or 20 is not even ready for manufacturing. When it is taken out of the country, it goes through another complete processing. After that processing, before you use that product to even produce whatever material you want to produce out of it. What they do here, they just drying the rubber. It's like, I want to sell my own raw. You want to sell your own dry. It got nothing to do with the Liberian people. It only certify you and myself as a business people. I want to tell you nothing about industrial. Jetty is not producing rubber band. He's not producing surgical glove. He's not producing tire.
I thought you the last on this. Ask one question. I thought please ask one question, then we can move to the next story. I thought unmute yourself.
Yeah,
go ahead. I thought
the question you asked me. You asked.
I thought, what happened in your welcome to the show. B Mark Blue, the CMC. I don't know. Is it why your position, sir?
The newly appointed vice chair
National Vice Chair for Mobilization.
Oh, B position in CMC, National Vice Chair for Mobilization Operation. CMC is doing well. Appointing almost all of those guys from NIMBA. Gombuka gone why and you there, Prince Topa Wealth also gone why. Thank you all for doing a great job for CMC. I think we will get to CMC later. So definitely.
Why CMC is deploying all positions?
Yeah, but besides that, I thought please ask one question.
Oh, you got me
I said CMC. Yeah, CNC, yeah, opponents not defeated Kennedy. What happened?
Ask your question first.
My question is, Clinton, the executive order is asking other companies, not bigger companies, but other companies to invest more into the production of raw material here that will be transformed into finished material. Company like Cocopa, now Nima company like Firestone, Jetty, and the rest of the executive order asking them to do that. How is it against productivity?
So, like I continue to say, Arthur. For me, I've been into the rubber sector for a little time now. I know why it is. Cocopa is not into producing or finished rubber product in Liberia. Neither of the fires who have been here since 1926 producing finished product of rubber in Liberia. Even Jetty is not doing that. Even the Liberia Agricultural Company LAC is not doing that. Like I give the practical example. I have my pineapple farm. Brother Arthur has his pineapple farm. For me, I decided as soon as I harvest my pineapple, I should sell it right away. Maybe they buy one from me for $50. Brother Arthur is saying for me, for my pineapple, when I harvest it, I will not sell it right away. I will put it into storage. I put it into storage and make it more fresh. When I make it fresh, if somebody from Ivory Coast want it from me, they will buy it from me $100 instead of $50. If somebody from Turkey wanted from me to buy from me $150 instead of $50. That have nothing to do with the consumer behavior in Liberia. There is no traceability. There is no way that pineapple gets to Europe, gets to Africa, they make juice out of it. Then they say, okay, the pineapple here is written on the juice from Arthur will be found in Liberia. No, nothing. So other than that, we are just selling our product, but we get different marketing strategy. But Arthur is making more money. I'm not making more money because Arthur just decided to add value to his product. You know, as individual benefit, when we talk about value added on the national scene, it should be the consumer behavior. It should benefit the Liberian people, not the entrepreneur only. So what is happening is for profit maximization, but it got nothing to do with the Liberian people. Right? If he produce it, if he turn our rubber into a finished product here, we buy tire here. You know what's gonna happen? The tire Arthur and myself used to buy maybe the $150 US. We can buy that tire now in Liberia $100. Then it having impact on Arthur and now as a consumer, and having impact on the Liberian people as a whole. Right? But it doesn't change because
Yeah, thank you very much for appearing on the show to share your views, you know, about the Executive Order 151. What can we get from you finally as your party comment?
Okay, what I have, the clear message I'm sending to the president here is that the Executive Order number 151 is a serious harm. It will cripple the rubber sector. Because as soon as it is in effect, if that is in effect immediately as stated, or next week, you'll see the rubber price will start dropping. Before the month ends, you'll see rubber price will even come below $400 or at most $400. Why? The people, the exporter who are into the business are bringing the competition that do not have the cement processing factory, who just buy the raw material and send it. They are the one that bringing the competition. As soon they are not into business, because because they say if you want to export the unprocessed rubber, you should pay the short charge of $150. Like for my last month operation, I bought like 100 tons. Out of that 100 tons, I paid the withholding of the 4%, 2,300 with receipt. I have it. The Cosette Enterprise. That is the business name, right? I paid 2,300 in LRA, in our revenue. Not just that, the government has the institution responsible for the rubber sector called the Rubber Development Fund. I paid a 2% service fee, which I paid a little over $317 with receipt. It is not just that. When I made my sale to the overseas market, I got to pay personal income tax of 2%. So you know how much I'm gonna be paying to government. I already paid a little over the 2,600. I have not even made a sale yet. And if I make a sale, I will pay 2% personal income tax. And if a author ship 1 container of processed rubber, he paid $250 at APN terminal. If I ship the same container of processed rubber, I pay the same $250. But mind you, 2 containers of my unprocessed rubber made 1 container of our processed rubber.
So if after is shipping that one container paying 250, I will be shipping 2 of that amount, and I'll pay 500. Who is giving more to the Liberia government? Who is contributing more to the revenue of this country? It is me that wasn't on process. And above all, we are not producing finished products here. We just making business. So I should be the one to even be prioritized. So in short, this executive order, it will cripple the rubber sector. It will make farmers to disengage into the rubber, and they will start cutting down their farm like it happened during the time of the executive order number 121, no 124 rather. So we're telling the president to revisit a decision, let him call a roundtable discussion, invite all the rubber sector actors of Liberia, if possible, set up a committee to really look into the rubber business, to really know what the Liberian people are feeling, instead of just listening to agriculture minister who just work directly for Jetty and Firestone.
Thank you very much for appearing on the show. You are most welcome. Anytime you got something to share, you can come and share. You're welcome on the show. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for having me, and I'll be available anytime you need more information about the rubber sector. If you want to understand the meeting that is happening into the sector, you can call upon me anytime. I'll be available.
Thank you. This time we don't need protests. We need, how to call it, meeting. You all have to be meeting and be sharing your view instead of protesting, going against other people's right. I think it will not be a good thing. Thank you very much for having you here today, Clinton.
If the government call for dialogue, we'll dialogue. If the government doesn't call for dialogue, we'll revert to protest.
Thank you. Yeah, let's get back. John, are you prepared now, John?
Thank you so much, Clinton. Thank you for being here tonight. We will get back to you as soon as possible. We know you guys from the rubber sector. You are always good at organizing protests. So whenever you have a protest in Liberia, we're going to come there to cover the protest. Now, to this fact, that's our fundamental right, though. I don't know why one may say we do not encourage protest in Liberia, but I think sometimes it's good to do so, sometimes not. But this is Koto Quadri. Today, Koto appeared in Bound City, where he's going to the district to launch his campaign. But Alfonso, I don't know whether we've been following, I've been offline, but I just came online and I saw the former LTA boss being exonerated today by criminal Kosi in Monrovia. I don't know whether we should go to that discussion. It's a national issue, or we should go to district 5, but let's go to district 5.
We'll do that tomorrow because we don't have time in our favor. So let's go with the Booyah issue and just finish it because it's very short.
Okay, let me try to bring on Koto.
I'm sitting in my country. Political party from NUDP. Weak. Kanima. Once about right guy, leadership after war. When the enemy advance, you retreat. When the enemy advance, you retreat. When they come, perish. When they are getting tired, you attack. When they are getting tired, you attack. When they seek to avoid battle, Agenda asked me to perform, to know their weakness. Today is our day.
Welcome back to the show. That was the voice of Koto Kwagru. He's going to the district today to launch his campaign. We don't know where exactly he will be launching his campaign, but you listen to him there. Efanso, over to you.
Yeah, thank you very much. You know, I follow them and they play Augusta when they got in Biada too. But again, you all heard him say he's not in election with Koga, urging his supporter that they are in the election with Boris Badier, with Cole William and the other guys, but not Koga. So none of them should show jobs at Koga. All their jobs, if they want to show jobs, they should be maybe at the other candidates. I think you got your own takes there. Let's start with you, Ato Wugbe. Every time you do your hand a day, Now we're starting with you today, so you can't do your hand at that. Yeah, unmute yourself and have your say on this issue. Yeah. Ato Wugbe, to unmute yourself again at trouble, go.
Now, Shadrach doing nothing to at all.
Okay, I already unmute you. Go ahead.
Thank you. So I listened to Koto very well, and the enthusiasm and the crowd I saw behind Koto, in my opinion, are not surprised. Now I know that Koto is one of the forerunners in this election, like I earlier said last night, but Koto also contested the 2023 election. He was a very strong candidate in the election. As a matter of fact, he came second, meaning in the district he's very strong. But there's one thing that you just put that you said, I think that Gio said it, that he Koto said, and Gio just made emphasis that Koto got to be careful that he and Koga are not in election. He's in election with Barry Bali, he's in election with Augusta Mekwa and the other candidate. but he and Koga are not in election. What that statement simplify is that there's an issue. There's an issue between he and Koga. What it also does is validating the comment made in the past that he and Koga have not been coming alone. And in my opinion, if I were a cutter, I would not measure Koga in the speech he was just giving. I think that's a political loss for him. That is a political loss. That's a distraction. You should not measure it. Because you gotta be careful. Koto, I saw Koto flyers. Koto flyer carry the vice president, also carry Koga. So you can't be carrying Koto and Koga on your flyers. Then you try to prove to the public that there's an issue and you caution in your follow-up not to elevate you and Koga debate, but it should focus on the three candidates that you are in relation with. So it was not a good political deal.
But why is it an issue when somebody telling a supporter, I don't want you to be speaking of Koga in the public gathering? You should also be talking about your opposition, not Koga. Koga is not opposition. Why you think it's a problem?
So why is that? What make an issue is that means there have been problems. So that statement is advanced. That statement he made there was advanced to his supporter. That means there have been problems. And there should be no problem. There should be no problem because Koga is on his flyers. There should be no problem. And even there is a problem, he as a leader, he as a front runner that is contesting, he should not say it in the public.
Thank you.
He should not say it in the public.
Thank you. Over to you, Prentice Doma. Over to you, Prentice Doma. What do you make of Koto, utterance today and your analysis on his movement?
So last night I said that the election in District 5 is a two-horse race because whatever the case may be, in a dying moment, it would be about Honorable Mensah and Koto. So like Arthur said, the crowd that went out to await him, it doesn't amaze me at all because I consider him as one of the forerunners. And in no particular order, I know that it is just about he and Honorable Mensah. And the statement, I think it's a very clever game. Because in past elections, that is one thing that has caused others to lose election. And I will be specific to set an example here. I'm not doing this to attack anybody. I think Madam Gonglo is one of the brightest women, and she's good from Nimba. But her last two elections, her strategy got her off. So 2020, when the vice president beat her in the senatorial election, she didn't consider most of her campaign messages were not against her contender, then Representative Kun. She considered the late Senator Johnson as her arch rival. And she and her entire campaign team used their energy and time that they should be able to campaign against their opponent and sell her platform to the voters to campaign against PYJ, who was never a candidate. Similar mistake occurred in the just ended by-election that Honorable Koga won. Instead of, getting points against Honorable Koga, it was a big case against the vice president. To the point that, Madam Gonglo said, okay, since it is about me and Vice President Kun, I think we have to handle it that way. The vice president was the vice president, and he is the vice president. He was never in that election. So because the madam used her entire time and energy campaigning against a certain vice president who was never a candidate in the race, it cost her a lot. And I think, anybody who follow history will learn from these kind of occurrences. So it's a very smart move by Koto that my big brother Arthur tried saying, anybody who follows the media certainly knows that there's an issue. Honorable Koga, Senator Koga himself has, made elaborate press conferences that are played throughout the district. It is no secret. And during this kind of time, the supporters, They are the ones who want to take ownership of the process more than the candidates. You know, they engage the process with more emotion. So you, the candidates, now you have to play that leadership role. This has to do. It has nothing to do with, okay, let me add it, nothing happening. But we all know that something is happening. The people in the district know that something is happening. For the fact that Honorable Koga is not on ground, the people are concerned. Then the media, through the media, Honorable Koga himself confirming everything. So it's a very clever strategy.
Thank you. Thank you.
And Quarter is only playing leadership to ask his people not to attack the party media representative. And with that, I'm quite sure he's looking forward to getting supporters of Honorable Koga, some of whom we already know are with him.
Thank
so
you.
It's a very clever political strategy.
Thank you for your analysis. It's a good one. Thank you very much. Over to you, Bobby 1T.
Yeah, thank you. I follow this program, Koto going to the district today. You know, I will come from the other side, like my friend and brother Ato Wogbe said. You know, in town like this, for me, I believe District 5 this election should be all about unity. It doesn't matter who hurt in the past election, who is going to get hurt by now. It should all be about unity. This identical election is very crucial and it's short. Not every voter register going to vote. So the message you get out there will get you to win this election. I disagree with Koto's message in a sense when Koto say, me and Honorable Koga are not all my supporters. No one should attack Honorable Koga or say something to Honorable Koga. Honorable Koga and myself not going to election. And he needs few people, he contenders, for people to attack them. No. If I was Koto, I would be buying sentiment from people. Whether this person and now going to election, we are going to election with this person, with that person, we all are one. We are one family. Election will come and go.
Bobby,
Let us be moderate.
Bobby, they didn't say his supporters should attack the old guys in need. They didn't say just to attack how do you call it, everybody, or he said these are people that are constitution to be on.
Listen. He said, me and Koga are not into this election. So none of my supporters, nobody should throw jab on Koga. But me, Boris, and this are in election. That means they should throw the jab on those people, not on Koga. So that's what I'm saying. And you know, politics, I hate deception. Let's be honest with each other. The only problem or thing I see with Koto pronouncement today is when you lie to people, and people use lies to gain from our people and not give them anything. Koto said when Prince Johnson came to Liberia, he founded a party, NUDP, and then they fight Prince Johnson. At that time, there were small children in our party. They came out, and then they formed NDRO, and they have never go any party. They been with Prince Johnson today, NDRO gave them out. That is not true. Koto had contested on another party before. So if you not go on different party, how do you contest on our party ticket? So these are the things that I'm very appreciative to this radio station, that we will give, you know, a factual information to our people to know where and when to vote. Koto is a fine gentleman.
I was just coming there, thank God you brought it up, because he said he had never gone on any other political party. Now that we know he passed record in 2023, he contested on the Mandela Kuba party. I don't know how can he, but we will try to bring Koto here as he in the
Koto is I will conclude in one second. Koto is a very fine gentleman, but you know the message of your campaign, you can be winning election. People will like you, but the message you give will make people to move from behind you. No matter how bitter it is, when you are still get drink the bitter pill so you can survive. So it better Koto than put the truth out there, but people will still vote for them. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that. Thank you. Let's get to you, Ato Wogbe. We're coming to you. Don't worry, Cedra. Ato Wogbe, let's get to you.
That Cedra been having internet. You been having internet problem. Then you speak to go. Yeah, don't you keep going to the Jekun people. Kota la Jekun man, Kota la Jekun man.
Yeah, go ahead. You supposed to text me, Sadra. Go ahead and give your time. I'll give you time.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you to all the speakers who spoke very well their mind, and their mind, their opinion is their opinion. No one can object to that. But they may come with a dissenting view and also agree or disagree with other factors of their statements. Now, I listened to Cotter's statement. I listened to Cotter's speech. I listened to what he said to the people, his supporters. Cotter had never condemned or even gave a wrong message to his supporters. What did he say? It's a sign of respect. Honorable Koga, our senator, our big brother, always destined himself for the election. Now, why Cotter made this statement on Koga as an executive member of the party, whom people expect to be the arrowhead campaign for Cotter, destined himself from the party. Cotter is telling his supporter, no matter how you feel hurt, this old man, the big brother, is not no way in competition with me, but I'm competing with those guys. Whatsoever you heard in the space, don't count it as gossip, don't count it as whatsoever. Forget it. Focus on those who competed with me to calm them down by our strategies. So I disagree with those who said Cotter was in error. No. You are advising those who will not understand the political dynamics so that they will not say any word that is invective or profanity to the senator as they respect. So you counsel the supporter to remain calm until they can get out in an objective be accomplished. That is a very fair statement. I believe it was fair and perfect in the respectful manner, and not in no way of disrespecting or attacking somebody. 1. 2, Cotter is also a good gentleman, a young man who just coming up. It will be frustrating where you think your father will stand by you or somebody you think as the same character, no distancing themselves because of political affiliation or saying that I am neutral because I'm part of everybody. Where in the case that you are part of me, you're supposed to be speaking for me. So we are almost to advise to be in the right direction, not people to misinterpret that he's trying to portray or negative things about Oga. No. He's just trying to tell a supporter to avoid invited words, things that will provoke no article on Oga or the respect.
Thank you very much. For time factors, we are making sure so we can be cut off from the radio station. So let's get to you. Like I will say, Jimmy Arthur Wilbert, sorry.
How many times Arthur will speak? You're looking for favor for Jimmy.
Sorry for that. Hey, yeah.
People are connected to Jimmy. You're looking for favor for them.
I didn't know you were following the area. I left you the never speak. You think God.
I can come in 30 seconds.
I always tell you today, Bob, up Jonathan Jeremiah office. You can't believe me.
Please.
Yeah, thank you, Alfonso. You know, the campaign, some of us have said it and we've had number that Cotter, statistically you can rule Cotter out. Cotter contested in 2023 and he made a case. But just few deception, in his statement that I tried to catalog is that when he said they funded the party, and since then he had not left the party to go anywhere, and and record shows that in 2023 he contested on Mandela's Cooper party. So what I see there is that people trying to demonize other candidates as if they are saint. That's the problem. And I'm getting from his statement. That's why I'm getting from his statement, because man, you as politics sometimes if it don't favor you at this point, people move forward. And politics, you alarm and realign. But you know, the guys from the MDR, they want to do other candidates as if, and you know, they don't have the right also to do that. In 2023, the gentleman did it. So what was the issue? And another thing is you need to be a little careful on your campaign speeches, because when you see crowd and you are overwhelmed, sometimes your message either it help you or it don't help you. Because if you try to bring in about how you been with the party, you are not left, and somebody use that same thing to ask you in that place, or you another person use it against you in another location, then it's a problem. So the issue with Honorable Koga, for him calling Honorable Koga name in the election, I think he tried to play a smart game, and you know, holding Honorable Koga feet like, oh, because he's not supporting me, and you know, men, because from the beginning he said men have gone together. Yeah, men have gone together to fight. But all we can tell you, people will win the election. And then he thought about Honorable Koga smartly. What I want to say is he just need to be very careful. Because election, your campaign message is very key. When you are not careful, sometimes you damage yourself or you help yourself. So the election in Buyao, for me, the number of people I saw is not strange to me, because candidates have been putting number, and you know, the number should just translate into vote. That's the argument. Because once you go to, and you know, a rally today, the number of persons you see, you got the assurance that you already won the election. So I mean, this election is a very tough game. Like I keep saying, with the absence of Senator Koga on that team, he from MDR, it should not be a campaign message for him. It's a challenge to him. He need to deviate from that, because if he continue to do that, using it as a campaign message, other people saying they are counter-arguing our opinion about, oh, the man is giving respect. No, the first thing is the mayor made a position. You have made a position clear on radio. Go to your campaign, convince the people as to why they want to vote for you. Maybe if somebody asks you a question, you are in a studio, you can address that. But you began your campaign message, how men have gone together, Senator Johnson party, who been with the party for this time. I mean, you are contradicting yourself. So you need to be very careful before you start losing a base. Because one, Koga supporters are with him. So if he start to do that, start to attack Koga team or their bosses, or in fact their boss, then it becomes a problem. Because I cannot be in a camp or someone I come to support you, but then the camp I come from, you want to demonize where I come from. You should know that you honor man your campaign. To close, it happened to some of us in 2020. When we held the CPP primary, at some point, the camp were in, we saw other people, when we had executive, when we had meeting, after executive meeting, again, executive meeting. Oh, the other person from the other side, you'll be careful with them. So he got to be very, very careful as to what campaign message he's putting out there, or else you'll cripple the entire campaign. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Who are not spoken? I think Alosha just coming. So DK way.
That means that man busy. That man is a cook today.
Yeah, DK way. That mean the kitchen. I think
they had not spoken.
That man in the kitchen. That quarter bene is coming from. You don't know they will be all there. They Canada now. They finish selling the Canada to Africa. Alice, will you keep? If I will bring you back, why are you okay? And first, please go to Alosha and Ellis. Give me a Joe at last.
No, go ahead.
Doma wanted to make. He said he wanted to make comment.
Yeah, I beg you, 30 seconds. I know the concern coming across about quarter political home. So I just thought to make this clarity since 2023 I was around mostly with the UP campaign. There were several people from the Unity Party and MDR that had, most especially those that had interest in contesting. Folks who were very uncompromising with their position on contesting, for legislative. Across NEMA, they have to find other political home, and perhaps Kotok would have been one of those. So I think, in some context, he may not have been wrong. that he didn't leave because Quarter, even though he contested on Movement for One Liberia, which was also part of or remain, a segment of the Rescue Alliance of the Unity Party, and as well, he supported the president, the ticket of the Boakakun, representing the Unity Party and Rescue Alliance that MDR was a part of. So technically, he may not be wrong. So I just thought for us to set the record straight.
The record is not straight. We'll come back for you.
Thank you. Thank you. I know politicians will always come back to this color. So let's get to
So
yeah, let's get to you.
Yeah, sorry. I in the park. I came to work, so I don't go in the gym today. So I came for work. My network might be bad. So the comment I'm putting on the screen, I know you guys are seeing it.
We seeing it.
Yeah, bring Amma, bro.
Okay, Amma.
Amma na Baba Modu, man. I ain't count the show.
Yeah, Amma, you not CDC man, you mobile model man.
You will
That's
stand.
CDC man. We reach out. Yeah. Yeah, we reach out to Santa Cruz and all the people in the CDC. So you want to come, you get my number. We can bring you. All the oil, we can talk to everybody that can come here to make the show better for all of us. Yeah, so that man, you put out a comment down. I just want to highlight, hey, you're not sedition and mobile model man. So the man can be on the beach there doing a whole lot of things. So man, I just want to say thank you. I know our boss man Gio had internet electricity issue today that made us we came all late, but in all we did, we really show. I just want to appreciate all of you for coming again tomorrow. Tomorrow is my caveat. I want to make it public. Councillor Tiawan Gonglo will be our guest tomorrow. Come prepare, and Tiawan and I baby there. Come prepare. Don't come. Tiawan will bury you right there. So Tiawan will be our guest tomorrow, and we'll have Prince B. Moluba, former police deputy director for operations and CRD services. A son of Buya will be with us. Monday we'll have Nya. According to that, on Tuesday, I'm hoping that we will have Regina Mann, the CDC, the former Union Party youth chair for Nima, and CDC Nima County coordinator and whatever will be joining. Hopefully, I'm friend for him on that. Lastly, on the issue with the Booyah elections, almost the Mekwa people, the Union Party people, NDR people, yeah, Jekun and Koga people then are on the show here. They're putting Mekwa and Koto at first. I strongly believe that Boris Balie might be a major contender in our elections. If we are not careful, CDC and Musa Belete Party will go behind Boris and they will put out a very strong surprise. Let's watch out for that. Again, I want to say thank you. Thank you to our host. Thank you to our co-host, Alfonso. Gentlemen, thank you for always coming. We appreciate you guys. Let's hear from the Jason Yo man and the Kotokwagu man so that our two hosts can close up today. Nobody should go to Ato. Ato is a Koga. Everything Ato saying here, he came here to protect J.Kun and Koga. Ato had never criticized those people here on the double standard getting the plane.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's get to you, Alosha.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. Sorry that I'm coming late today. Don't bring out behind the scene discussion out because you are in the kitchen cooking, but now I have to come over the platform. So yeah. So thank you so much, everybody, and I've been following actually, and I just going directly to our man Koto, issue, and everybody have said almost everything, and I think what people are saying and we're seeing is the lies and the immaturity. The immaturity is just huge. It's so beyond that, it can just be seen by just anybody. Otto said in a statement that he and Koga are not in there. Someone just said it. So
He trying to say even though me and Koga we fighting, he on me, but we shouldn't fight your lean. Now why even though you can't fly. You gotta reprint a flyer. You gotta reprint flyers as well and take Koga out. It's clear. He also had done it, and we all know that NUDP, MDR, GAP, leadership and choice, fight within their mates. And he also acknowledged that. So, but some of the things that he said there that even proved that he completely immature is the issue of NDR now won election in Nima, whereas the Koga himself won on NDR ticket. So, yeah. So why would you say that when it's glaring? There's fact that NDR has won. So he does not know why he's saying. And the people of Nikria are hopefully listening. There are a lot of good sons and daughters of Nikria who are in a race. We want to repair the name of Nikria and the name of Buyao. So we need somebody who will speak comfortably, who will speak to issues and speak with clarity and speak with understanding. Not somebody who will be using those words of the past. We're trying to rebrand Buyao. We're trying to change the feeling that people who live in Buyao only know about gun. We are encouraging our brothers and sisters to go to school and learn about administration. You cannot be using military strategy that when the enemy advance, then you go behind. Then when they wrong, when they settle, then you go, you bombard them. Then you go, you bombard them. So sorry, guys. So you go, you bombard them. So those are the worries that they know from the people of Buyao at some point, especially from that region. We were discussing not too long, a few years back, about military vibration. Those things, the people of Nikria should know that Nikria should not follow those kind of leadership style. When Nikria people from Nikria speak, let people know that they are educated people. They are people who come from the administrative background, who come from the leadership background, not military and a rebel background. And our children need our brothers and sisters, our youth need to get used to different language. They need to get used to Mali language. Labrador got nothing to do with war. So you cannot be calling even your political opponent as enemy. Like you're going to battlefield. So those are words that are not good for our people. Nikria, we talking to them. There are a lot of good people that they can vote for. Kotor will not adequately represent who are. West even talking about Nikria. Nikria gets something on record that we don't want to be discussing for now.
Thank you.
So I think those are my thing I saw.
Thank you. Let's get to you, Ella's Law.
Thank you. Elisha, I'm not going to respond to you because you
We
have
don't want you
become,
to respond to Elisha. So
he has
let's
begun
do
a complete distraction when it comes to Kotor's campaign. You keep talking about education. It had not worked for you when it comes to Kotor campaign. It did not work for you in 2023, and it will not work for you this time around again. If you feel that that's your man Jackson's campaign message, trust me, you're going to change course. And let me say this to some of you who have said Kotor measuring cougars, and they are enemy. The entire Liberian people knows that Koga is not in this election, and he made it clear to everybody that he will not support Kotor. So that is clear, and that is why Kotor is advising his supporters and followers and pointing at the people that are contesting against him. So you guys are overthinking yourselves. Let me say this real quick. From 2023 up to now, Kotor population or crowd has translated into vote. If not, There have been nobody who have contested against Koga in that district have come very close to winning him like more than a quarter day in 2023. So that's a prime example we are about to see and we are seeing right now. This when Koto enters tomorrow in the district, that will tell you guys here that Koto have won the election. His crowd have always translated into a vote. So, gentlemen, whether Koto is educated or not, the fact remains that he has fully connected with the people and he is going to win this election. I'm not going to go into detail. And one clarification about this Koto going on another party in 2023. And you all know Koto wasn't a member of that particular party that he contested on. The MDR leadership forced him and they directed parties and negotiated on his behalf to go to Mandela's party because they were not winning.
Law, I will not want you to say that on the show when the MDR endorsed. I said they were not going to put Kennedy against Koga. So if you say that, meaning Koga will have all necessary right not to even support MDR decision. So I don't want you to bring that on the show.
That is not part of my. Look, I'm just trying to make some clarification. So they push him.
You are telling us whatsoever we've been saying here was, I mean, it's wrong. There is the actual information
Why is it wrong? Why is it wrong? When people are accusing him, when he said he had not contested or he had not been a member of any party, and these guys are saying that no, he was part of this party, and that's the reason why I'm coming out to tell you the reason why he contested on that party.
They said that he said he had not gone to any other party and knowing fully well that he contested on another party is a complete
that's the reason. It was the MDR members or leadership that directed him to go to where he went. He was not a member of that party.
You are supporter
after the election, he came back. He came back to MDR.
Right? You are supporter of Koto, right?
So that made a point now, so we can go.
Yeah.
And when you said a record, you are supporter of Koto, right?
Of course.
How often you speak to Koto?
We speak almost on a daily basis. Even before they left yesterday, we spoke. We spoke this morning. Tomorrow,
okay. This morning he will receive him by. He made that statement. Did you call to tell him to rectify it?
Listen, it was already out there, and we as members had to make that clarification.
All right, thank you very much, John.
You see, Alfonso, I beg you, don't make Ella to get problem with Ella. Please conclude.
Don't mind, I will sure get problem with him. I will surely get
John,
problem with him. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Thank you. You see,
they play Ella won't go. I want him go there, so I stop him now.
My little take on this thing here is that in life, there are certain people you don't put mouth on. Sometimes it hurts a lot. You feel that guilt within you, but you got to keep it at the lowest. The reason why Koto is not heavily supported today in the district is because of his previous relationship with the current senator. I've got to realize that the current senator get actual power, political power in Nima. If the current senator doesn't have political power in Nima, you would have seen all of the guys like Ernest Mansier, the rest of the MDR folks being in the district right now with Koto Kwagru. But because he has that power, that's why you're seeing those guys. They are only supporting Koto online and behind the scene. So my little advice to Koto Kwagru is that he should just, reaffirm from calling the name of Koga in all of his activities. Let him just continue with his peacemaking. Recently, when he appeared on this platform, he said he wronged Koga in 2023, and he has been begging Koga. According to him, Koga forgave him. But what we are seeing right now on social media, it doesn't look like forgiving someone, because Koga has been clear with the decision that the reason why he's not supporting Koto is because he recommended someone to the party, and the party accepted. When he came from America, the party had another decision by bringing Koto. which of course he said on several media platforms that Qatar is rude. So he can support Qatar. So my little advice to him, let me just stay away.
John, he always say Qatar is rude, but he had not mentioned some of those rudeness that Qatar apply. So do we also be agreeing with him that Qatar is rude?
No, I mean everybody got their own point. Everybody got reasons why they will not support somebody. That's his reason he's been giving. That Qatar is rude, but he has not given any instance where Qatar acted rude him. But the Qatar may accept that he did some things in the past to the current senator, but he has been apologizing to him. Now, when your apology doesn't yield any result, what you do is you refrain from it. You stop calling the person name. Like I said here, there are people you cannot fight. No matter how you do it, you will never fight them. Even if you go reach to the sky, you will never fight those people. For example, I'm on this show. I can't fight anybody here. Pretty and I might be at the same age range, but Pretty got more connection in government. If I fight Pretty now, they would just put me on some kind of detention. I will never fly again. Bobby Wanty is my big brother. Bobby is trying to contest on CMC ticket. I can't fight Bobby. Shadrach, Siawete, and all of the folks here. So I think it is about time that our man Qatar Kwagu, when I say our man, I mean I'm supporting him. He try at least to be able to, respect that other decision by not talking about Koga in any other public space. Let him just run his campaign. Now, this is so dear to my heart. I want to say this today. The debate will be on Saturday. Comrade Qatar has to think of this, that we that are going to school, we find something inside it. It's bad that you will go in a race that every day people will keep bringing one issue to attack you on it. Sometimes you got to just maybe stay away from the process. We're spending money, time to go to school. But this thing of Qatar not going to school, and we all know about it, it will not set a good example. Even me not here. Sometimes when I sit and think about people that are leading us not to be educated, I feel like we are wasting resources and time to go to school. See how we went to school here, you know what it takes. In this country, it's almost like Liberia. The school I attended, the school they graduated from. We go to school from 8:30 in the morning, sometimes 3:30 or 2:30. With this kind of time that you're spending, then somebody who didn't go to school to be your representative, to represent you tomorrow, how will you discuss my interest as an educated person? You will not look into that direction. So I beg all of us, let's look at the future of tomorrow, not because it is in our interest today, but because it is in the interest of everybody. Let us try to set an example for the younger generation. I don't want my incoming son or daughter to say, you have somebody, you sat here as an educated person with master's degree or PhD or BSc, you have someone who didn't have a certificate enough to lead you. So while we are looking in that direction, I beg you guys, let us try to talk to all of the candidates in this race to bring competence to the table.
So who are you voting? Who are you supporting?
Me? Yeah. If it comes to real support, I think I'm supporting the people in York.
John, take over.
So you should make a disclaimer that is not a position of the platform.
So this is not a position of the platform anyways. I beg you guys. What I'm saying here, it is my personal view on the issue. What I see it to be, it is not the stance of the platform, and I'm not supporting any other candidate. I'm just
supporting your candidate.
You just said you're supporting your candidate.
Okay, we'll bring an award for you.
No, I said if I'm to support anyone, I will support the people on your whatever decision they take, that's the decision I will take.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. We'll bring power. Yeah.
Okay, no problem. So Alfonso left already. I think we've made our point on this. It's officially 1:22 in Rwanda, and I think it's 11:22 in Liberia. With this, we come to the conclusion of today's show. Let's go to you at Ellis Law Dennis. We take it from down to the top. Let's hear your parting comment in 30 seconds. You can use it to run campaign for Qatar Kwagu. He's in the district already.
I can use it for anything. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank
you. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Please. Yeah. Can you please try to pin and if possible announce the CEO comment he made on a live stream, making announcement about tomorrow's debate.
Yeah. What? How do we get it?
That are coming shortly. So The debate will be tomorrow at 1 noon. All of the candidates are to be there. All of them will be there tomorrow. We're speaking to all of them. The debate will be at 1 noon at the Butuo Town Hall. Now, there are rules and regulations governing our debate. Police officers will be there. So we are appealing to the candidates that if you are carrying your supporters, you should have control over them. Nobody should go there with the intention of vandalizing the place or to cause disruption for the process. We're begging all of you. The debate will be free, fair, and transparent. The moderators are already in Butuo, and they have get the place set up. Tomorrow at 1 p.m., all the candidates will assemble at the Butuo Town Hall, and the supporters will be there. Candidates will be allocated time to speak. People will ask them. There will be counter arguments to their proposition and all of that. So we're begging all of the candidates tomorrow, if you arrive there, please preach the message of peace. We don't want to be sitting on this platform tomorrow to see people vandalizing the place, people attacking people personally, all of that. We're begging you. That was just a little message I wanted to give. Back to you, Ellis.
Yeah, thank you. To be frank with you, Jim, what you said was right. But here is the problem. Our current Senator Samuel Koga, 2023, posted his CV on one of his social media platform, and we went through it. It was a disgrace. It was a disgrace. The man who called himself at the time a representative, and right now his educational background is very poor. And those are things that we would not want our children to imitate. From 11th grade to college, that's very disgraceful. And now he's a senator. How will our children know the value of education? Yeah, how would they know the value of education when, and maybe in the future he might be a vice presidential candidate? So you are right, but this is not only Koto. Koto is educated. The man is an engineer. How many times have you heard or seen Koto a building collapse because of a substandard work? This man is an engineer for the vice president of the bureau. How is he? He's not educated. So you need to stop. You need to stop this kind of propaganda. The man is well educated and he does his work by himself. He's an independent man. He has a company that he runs.
Thank you,
he pays people. He doesn't work for anybody.
Thank you so much.
When you start seeing this kind of thing, it's a complete propaganda and it will not work for the people at Booyah. Thank you.
Thank you, Eda. Thank you. Eda, I always spoke behind the scene. I can bring it here to the public. I know what he said. So
look at that. Look at that.
Eda, don't trigger me. Eda, I beg you, don't trigger me. I have you recorded, Eda. Hey, let's hear from you, Aloysius. 30 seconds, a parting comment.
So, yeah, thank you so much. Like we keep saying the same thing. Now, the youth of Booyah, the stand for education, we're talking to them. And even we make mistakes in the past, I think we can correct mistakes to live and to learn. So if we did in the past, that doesn't mean that we keep doing it. So that's the difference between human and animal. Animal keep making the same mistake over and over. And human beings, they make mistakes in the land. So we got to ratify it now and stop it right there to quarter level. I mean, that going to make quarter gun no poor or looks.
It can go to the senator level 2, right?
Yeah, or we are right there. We're doing it right now. We're starting right now. I don't know the level of education level of the senator, and I can't speak on that. But what I'm saying is that we can make a correction right now whatsoever if there were any mistake in the past. But I'm not too sure of that. But I listened to T.Y. not too long, and he said, sorry, I'm outside here, not too far from the airport. So, yeah. So, yeah, I listened to T.Y. not too long, and he making an announcement that all You're making money or cash or something, that people will be careful with Boris Bali, the CDC, and usabilities, and other people coming. So, and there is a public service announcement from my end as well, that Booyah is open to business, to political business. Booyah is open to development. Anybody can come and support Kennedy's in Booyah. It can be anybody, it can be Musa Ability, it can be CDC, it can be vote, vote already get. So even Tiong Gonglo and the rest of the politicians in Liberia. Even George Ryan can go to Butu now and can be for whosoever he wants. Go at those days where he will sit and allow one person to dominate the people of Booyah. And then on the Oxa war will be seen as Booyah is enjoying from any national government, and when in actuality Booyah gets zero. So Boris Bali is carrying on road construction, and he's doing work for the people of Booyah. So if anybody want to come in to help, and even go beyond that, we need all our towns and villages be connected. We need electricity from Cote d'Ivoire. We need a lot of things. So Booyah is open. NDR does not control the people of Booyah. The people of Booyah are independent, and watching the election, like we said earlier on, we're looking at development. Whosoever that is carrying development, that's the person who's carrying. If we carry Boris today, we carry Boris. We carry Boris. If Boris carrying roads and connecting since 1974 or St. Town Road, then he's good. So why would we jump over the man and we carry somebody who carry Lapa and other things? Who even using military terminology, like coming from 50, university, 50 university, or the 10 university, and all of those things. We've gone beyond those things. We don't want to in Booyah anymore. We want clear English. We want clear and free. Yeah, okay.
Thank you, Chief.
Free. Yeah, Booyah is free for everybody. Sorry.
Printed. You see, from Aloysius, nowadays, Aloysius analysis, I think he's not really supporting Jackson U anymore. He's supporting Boris Bali. It shows that maybe Aloysius is going for development and not the personality. Thank you. Thank you so much, Aloysius. Let's hear you, Prentice. 30 seconds.
Thank you. And I think I want to show more emphasis on tomorrow's debate, because I'm always big on democratic principles, and during citizens' participation, the kind of civic engagements are highly encouraged, because one of the objectives is to ensure non-violent participation, citizen democratic participation, which I'm a very huge person. In fact, I'm a big supporter of said endeavor. So we want to call on citizens as well to follow tomorrow's debate, because it is out of that debate that your concerns in District 5 in Booyah, the candidates who want to represent you at the House of Representatives will tell you what what are issues confronting you, what issues you are faced with, and how they intend solving those issues, whether through national government or through their offices if they are elected. So we ask you all tomorrow, like Junior has already provided detail of tomorrow's debate at 1 o'clock. You can either go, what you say, at the town hall, or where, Junior?
The town hall.
Okay, the town hall, but I know the town hall will not be able to accommodate everybody, but as well, it will be aired on BK Radio BKS. We asking the public to follow the discussion, and I trust that tomorrow evening again we have some discussion before we can host Councillor Gonglo regarding the debate. Thank you. It's been good being here with everybody this evening.
Thank you. Ato Jeremiah Kpan Samuel Gongme Koga Wogbe. The 30 seconds. I thought you are muted, Chief.
Oh, okay. So you following DK. Am I clear now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you following DK. So okay, let me start on closing with the debate tomorrow. I think the debate is good. It's good. It's very important. Debate one of the components to modern democracy that will allow our people to interact with their candidates and also ask the hard questions. So I think it's good that the people turn out tomorrow. And all of the candidates to appear for the debate. None of them should stay out and say, oh, we go out those days. We're not in 2005, 2011 election where people will say that debate will eat. That people go there ask all of the hard questions, whether in the health sector, whether in the educational sector, or whether in the rural connectivity, whether as regards to rural connectivity, that people go there ask all of the hard questions and let the candidates be very peaceful or law for their message to mostly focus on peace, how the district will be very peaceful in the period of the election. But that it will inform their supporters that hey, if our candidates will supporting them are more peaceful, that we also will be more peaceful too, to allow peace to reign so that we can have a peaceful election. And I think that Qatar tonight entering into District 8, entering into District 7 to go to District 5 inbound, where he made our presentation. I think he dropped a ball. Then he forgot about our advising. If I'm given the opportunity that we're advising, like he forgot about Koga. Then he leave Koga, then he talk, then he tell the people what he can do. Then he tell the people what Boris Bali cannot do and why he think he can do better than Boris Bali. Koga is not on the ballot. Then he take the issues. And you gotta be careful what kind of words you use. We are in morning time now. The children these days are very smart. Man, even the people in the interior, you think that you see them just as mere interior people. It's not the case. The people can rationalize. What are you speaking in Gio? What are you speaking in Minor? What are you speaking in Manigo? What are you speaking in Pele? The people can rationalize, ask you critical questions. So when you're talking, you gotta know what you're talking. Yeah, but I think it's good. And nice being here. Tomorrow we'll do another after the debate. So let me say thanks to all of the panelists.
Thank you so much, Nato. Siawete Unity Party Soge Tour. Your 30 seconds.
Thank you, John. We have come here as professionals.
You forgot about Inland?
So
yeah, Inland too.
We have come to the show was very good tonight, regardless of the time we came. And we also want to thank the CEO for bringing to our knowledge the debate tomorrow. Like other speakers have said, we look up to all of the candidates tomorrow to, provide the information to their supporters to be very peaceful, to remain peaceful tomorrow, because based on the interaction tomorrow with the candidates, it will also, convince some voters as well, based on how you compose yourself, how you answer questions, and what have you. So, it's good. With the issue of the executive order, I think it's good. It's a very good position by the government. My only disappointment was the guests that came in network, and besides that, he could not really convince some of us. He was not interactive because we needed to go in depth of the executive order, because the argument you put in forth, you should compare with previous executive order and the current executive order. Then we can also understand from what point you are disagreeing with the executive order. Because most of the points he made were all about just, sole proprietorship or entrepreneur. I don't understand from which angle. Where government is talking about industrialization and people are discussing rural broker and people who just want to get profit at some point. We are talking about a holistic point that every citizen will benefit. So, in days to come, I think we'll all read the executive order well, compare with previous executive order, and then the current one that President Bouaka is bringing to the table, so that we can know how it benefits, the larger population of our country. So, it was a good show. Thanks for hosting us tonight, you and Alfonso. We hope to be here tomorrow. And I also want to recommend most of the followers on the show. Sometimes they say they make comment, but at least they need to be read. And then all of us who that come on the show will also need to share the show as well. Because sometimes some of those comments will also trigger, the argument to know whether we are making sense or, other things like that. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Siawete. Bobby CMC, incoming District 5 1T. Your 30 seconds.
Yeah, thank you. I'm sorry to disappoint you that me and Mike will not be in the same party anyway. So
Max, here you calling him, you appealing to him to contest on CMC ticket.
all right, that's all right. It was a good show. It was a good show tonight. Thank you, Dion. Thank you, Alfonso. And I have 3 issues to close my topic on. One, we call for peace, stability, calm, and respect into our debate in Booyah tomorrow. Booyah is the only place we have that will never ever be deported from. Whosoever win this election, Booyah win. Secondly, I think the elders just left, but I wanted to remind the elder on one thing. There is no way in this war you will run on a party ticket when you are not a registered member for that party. Before you run on the party ticket, you got to register and be the member, then the party give you their password. So Cotto was a member of Mandela Cooper Party and he ran on that ticket. Secondly, like my son Dion said earlier, there are some people in this war that you cannot fight. They carry certain grace that you will not be able to carry. Every human being have their own way of carrying their own grace. I will set an example on my own friend Costa. When Costa was bombarding Joshua every day, Costa was having momentum. When Costa entered Liberia, people believe the whole street will be locked down. But when Costa decided to divert and deviate and start putting your mouth on Joseph Numa Boakai, Costa dropped down to nothing until quite recently he went to bed and he started giving a momentum back. I think the elder who is the advisor to Cotto, if he's not careful of advice, he will get Cotto to lose this election. And we don't want it that way. We all are one people. Booyah is one. If he talking about education, he wants for people to be educated, for educated people to represent our district. But Koga was not educated. Or Koga represent our district. Then what about this one? What his children will say when we represent when somebody that is not educated represent the district? I mean, I'm not trying to get what he's trying to say. Let's be honest here. Long time ago, there was no law in both that says somebody will be educated before they represent. But at this time, the DNA we in, where everybody here, my son Dion there, so everybody take time to go to school. And now they are get to this level. And they come back home, they sitting down, and one old man will come from the farm, go and represent them. What their interest is going to talk about. So let us be peaceful in our campaign. Let's pray that District 5 go well. But I believe people are doing well for the districts. People like Boris Badier that are doing well for the districts, that his education level, we know that he has been instrumental in our district by helping other people, the old people, young people. I mean, when we see people coming up, we will know. So let the argument tomorrow be peaceful, and we pray that whosoever win, District 5 win. I'm not supporting anybody at this movement, but I believe Boris is doing well.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Big brother Bobby Wanty, I'll call you after the show. There are several allegations against you. Personal, let's say positive ones, but I'll call you for you to make some clarity on those things. Let's hear you, Alfonso.
Yeah, John, thank you. The show was good. That money rated the show. It was good. I just want to speak to the issue of cultural education that people continue mentioning here. To not be partial, I'm not for culture, but I believe in your own, crosser as an individual is educated, because education is what you learn and apply. So if you learn something, you don't apply it, and you sit down because you get a degree and you don't do anything, you are not educated. When you apply and a benefit or you got positive impact on the society, that's what we call education. I feel he's educated. As long as you maybe maybe he studying how they call it long or what kind of class, but he was accepted in the college that they seen as Koga, and he learned something and he applying that. He's educated. He don't have to go speak all the BB vocabulary or be part of BB student union on UL campus before they know that he's educated. But the native who can culture is let him just get people know that are close to him to advise him on issues that he's supposed to be engaging in public, how to address issues. That's all about it. But when it comes to the executive order, the president might mean well for the republic, but this thing shouldn't be just a statement so that the public can know that the president did said something, but it should be something that they will implement to the fullest. No pressure will come and other things. Jerry Roden from Ghana led Ghana. Certain time he had to use force because the people try to resist some issue. He had to use force and the political will. So sometimes, yeah, people will be talking about democracy. People had to use people had to get a free thought, this and that. But there are something important for the country. When the people are using what is supposed to use, you get another force to use. Executive order is one. We get veto power is another one, and you control the entire state security. So you got to use some of those political will so that the people can benefit. In how much other people will have problem with it, it's something that you're supposed to enforce. So thank you. The show was good.
Thank you, Afanso. You did a criminal well tonight. I want to apologize to all of the panelists. You know, we're still in Africa, so at times, sometimes the things go complicated. You cannot handle it. I had some terrible current issue here today. And you know, once the current go, your Wi-Fi is off, you are out of the internet completely. You don't know what is going on. But again, I appreciate all of you for being here tonight. It was a good show. We hope to be here tomorrow with Councillor Tiawan Say Gonglo as we discuss Booyah politics. And we'll also use at least 30 or 45 minutes to analyze tomorrow's debate. Thank you guys so much for being here tonight.